Hello, hello. Thank you for the bell. Hello. Good evening. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. And welcome in to a new game that I definitely did not install just like 20 minutes ago. Because I forgot to install it earlier. I know nothing. You want to have a date? Yes, no. No. The way you have to write these things is you write yes, yes. You don't you're not allowed to give the person an out. Also, welcome in. Good evening. We have one slight problem. Well, problem in as much that this game stops the music as soon as I tap out, so I can't really tell if it's okay. If I should turn it up more, if I should turn it down, I'm not quite sure. You believe in consent? Okay, honestly valid. That is good. That's a good thing, actually. You have to give them more options and make it like yes, yes, but again, and no. Just so it's a little more funny. But yeah, welcome into Corpse Factory, where every time I think of the game, I'm like, my initial thought always goes to Corpse Party. I was like, I do not know what these people are doing with all of the corpses, but I would rather not party with corpses. I also do not want to work in a factory with corpses, but it is what it is. No, answer the question. Only if it is to an aquarium. Corpse Factory, you mean McDonald's? Kinda. This game actually has a cool animated, well, not like fully animated, but like an intro scene. Problem is just I do not know how to replay it. Okay, the CG is... I would like to show you. Credit? No. Oh! Ah, it was a Kickstarter game. Okay, good to know. Kickstarter game. Nice. I would like to actually watch the scene because I skipped it as well. I opened the game and was like, okay, let's just go to the settings so I can set everything up before we start the stream. And then it played its entire intro sequence. I'm like, yeah! Hold on! I wanted to see, but we do not get to see. We're not allowed to see, it seems. This game has a voice acting. English voice acting as far as I'm aware, so that's gonna be interesting. It's still a visual novel though. It has several endings. Also the soundtrack is already fire. This is just the beginning song that's playing. It's like, damn. You're just saying in fact, oh no, you're right. You're right. Yeah, I know nothing about this game. I hope the text boxes are not gonna be much bigger so we can actually see the full thing, because I see that you guys can barely see the side because the chat is too big. I don't know. I said it before, right? I'm not 100% happy with the current overlay, but I haven't found a way to improve it in a way that I like. But I'm trying. Give me the impression of somebody who would be fun to go on a date with. That's very nice of you to say. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know how much fun I would be to go on a date with. You could see this as a date. Even if it is about a game that maybe has corpses in it, who knows? Who knows? You know, you gotta be open. I mean, maybe this one has an aquarium. Who knows? But yeah, let's get started. Look, there's a dog. I would. If I see a dog, I have to say, dog. Ooh! June 12th, Friday morning. I know those bitches have been talking about me behind my back. Okay. We're starting off strong, aren't we? Do we have controller support for this game? No. No, we don't. Or maybe I haven't found the right button yet. The girl on the left is touching a mannequin titty. She is. She's getting a good feel. I do not have controller support. That is unfortunate. I would have liked to use my controller. Good evening! How you doing? Maybe I have controller support with the other game, actually. Well, I say controller support despite none of my visual novels usually having like native controller support. It's just I made a Steam overlay. Louie! Hi! Hi Raiders, welcome in! Hi! Oh, you were playing Please Be Happy. Oh, okay, hold on. I'm sorry, I'm busy plugging in my controller. I'm so sorry. Welcome in, Raiders! My name's Noe. I like the color pink, visual novels, and JRPGs. And thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in! We just got started playing Corpse Factory, and I'm trying to plug in my controller so you guys don't have to hear my super loud keyboard all the time. I hope you're all doing well. I see you started on Please Be Happy. How gay is it? How are the lesbians? Are they doing well? But yeah, I'm doing well. Thank you so much for coming in. Hello. Also, a Pikachu for the Raiders, of course. Hi. I caved and actually bought Please Be Happy yesterday as well. I was like, you know what? I need it. I could have waited. I should have waited. It's like money, but lesbians. It's a comfy and warm and lovely. Oh, I want to play it. They allow streaming of it. Yeah, I think I actually saw a post on TikTok about the game release and was like, I am aware. I've been following the game ever since, like, I don't know, sometime last year, so sometime into development. Like, I've been waiting on that game ever since they released the character design for the blonde, the glasses wearing one, because she's so much my type. I was like, I need it. Yes, it is off for release date. Release week. It's so... Oh, I'm so happy. I'm just waiting to see like how long the game is going to be. I know it has, they announced it has 4 endings, right? 4 endings? I don't know how many thousands of words. Depending on its length, we might be able to fit it in. I don't know. On the other hand, I just got started on this one, so but it's good, lesbians. I hope you had a fun stream. It's got lots of words. Ooh, but it also got voice acting again, right? Like all the others. We've played, thank you for the question, January. We've played, for what was it, the road trip one. I've played the road trip one on stream before, actually. Also, hi Lena, good evening. It's got a lot of words. I have to see. I would like to play it on stream, actually, because I know it's a visual novel that we're actually allowed to stream, because I keep running into visual novels where I start them off and then I find out like, oh, they do not want you streaming the whole game, and I'm like, I don't really like starting games and not finishing them. That's not my style. You totally weren't watching 2 streams at once. Nah, you're good. But yeah, let's see, maybe this controller is working? It is! Fuck yeah, okay, I can finally get some use out of this stupid Xbox controller I bought just because it is pink. No, it's a good controller. It's very pretty. It's very pretty. It was a good investment, but sadly it makes my hands hurt, so I can't play with it for very long. But it is enough for visual. But yeah, We're playing. We just got started. I can't talk. We just got started on Corpse Factory. I don't know how many corpses there are actually going to be in here, but this game is rather edgy from what I've seen, I think. Also, it has different endings. But it's in this case, it's like you play through the game once, and no matter what ending you get, you can just choose from the main menu and then go look at the other endings or something. So we're just gonna see what we get. We're just gonna jump right in. How do I open the log? No? No? Maybe not. Anyway, we literally just started, so this is the opening line. I know those bitches have been talking about me behind my back. They flash those fake smiles when I walk past. They wave half-heartedly and say things like, "Oh, hi, Emmy!" Or, "You're the only one brave enough to pull off that look." They're all two-faced lying assholes. I hate each and every one of them. Amano, Sachiko, Kurosawa, just look at them. Everything about them is fake. Fake lips, fake nails, fake smiles, fake personalities. Look, I'll be the first to admit that I'm a fake bitch too. Oh, okay. But even I know I'm not as bad as them. I'm not horrible to every person I meet, just the ones I don't like. Okay. It's not fair that I have to work with them. I just wanted a part-time job, something breezy and casual. How was I supposed to know these delinquents would obsess over tormenting me? Amano's unbearable, but probably the least terrible of the three. She's a year younger than me and acts like she's some famous pop idol. She looks the part. I'm sorry to say, but she looks the part. Also, she has pink hair, so she's up there in my books. We're just gonna see what her personality is actually like, I think. But she's a dropout, just like me, working in his dad and part-time job just so her parents don't kick her out of the house. She spends her evenings singing at underground bars and hanging out with shady talent agents who swear they can promote her and make her the next big pop star. She gets taken advantage of time and time again, but never seems to learn her lesson. I don't know if she's just stupid or if she really thinks she's on the right track to becoming famous. Oh. Sachiko is the kind of straight-laced girl you see at every school, setting her ass off to earn her parents' approval. Oh wait! So whoever the fuck our main character is right now is not even one of the girls on the screen right now. Why is the girl in purple? Oh, okay. No, you cannot click it. Okay. The type of girl that always has the best grades but never really has any friends. She's the kind of girl that graduates, then the reality of the real world knocks her on her ass and she realizes she actually has no clue what she's doing, just like the rest of us. So she settles for the first crappy job she can find, and then suddenly it's 3 years later and she's still slaving away for asshole managers just to make ends meet. You shall look what you get in the okay. Get some good food. And thank you so much for coming by. Instead of being humbled by her station in life, Sachiko decides to take her anger out on everyone around her. I've seen her slap customers out of frustration. Oh, and she still has a job? Rumor has it that she strangled our boss on one occasion. Apparently he's too afraid to fire her now. I don't blame him. I'm afraid of her too. And then there's Kurosawa. I could write an entire blog on all the things I hate about her. She's pretty, but she's very aware of it. She seems to have a new sugar daddy every few weeks, some poor old fool that she strings along and milks dry. She must be nearing 30, but all her friends are still in senior high school. It's more than a little weird. Oh. They hang out around the train station, bullying homeless people and shoplifting from the convenience store. I'm pretty certain that she's done time once or twice. Okay. Kurosawa's just an all-around terrible person. She makes Amano and Sachiko look like saints in comparison. Honestly, I couldn't ask for a worse group of co-workers. Finally, there's me. Who's me? Who we get to see? Me. Emi Katsuno, university dropout, part-time cashier, and up to my ears in debt. I live in a small apartment in a bad neighborhood just to keep my head above water. My apartment building is filled with deadbeats, loan sharks, junkies, perverts, you name it. By some miracle, I managed to snatch up the best apartment in the worst building. Although the place is nice, the rent is questionably low. I'm fully expecting the landlord to wander in one day and demand more money, or murder me. I'm constantly worried about money, worried about my safety, worried about what the hell am I supposed to be doing with my life. As if that wasn't bad enough, I have to work 4 days a week with the 3 worst girls I've ever met in my life. But it's only a 4 days work week. You have to look at the small things that are good. It's only 4 days a week. Today's no different from any other day. Amano greets me at the door, her disgustingly puffy and pouty lips pulled back in a half snarl, half smile. I could smell the sickly sweet scent of too much lip gloss from 10 feet away.
Oh, hi, Emmy. You're late again, you know.
That is not the voice I was expecting. I love the art style, though. Bitch.
Yeah, sorry. Just let me past. I'll go clock in.
Ooh, we're pretty.
Whatever. Kurosawa wants to see you. Can you, like, just go see her?
Fine.
Amano walks off. I look around for Kurosawa. The stale stench of cigarette smoke eventually overwhelms the lingering scent of lip gloss in the air and leads me to a location.
You wanted me?
Katsuno, I need you to process a big refund. Don't mess it up, okay? It's for a regular customer.
What the fuck do you have in your mouth?
Okay, I can do that. What am I refunding?
There's a bunch of shirts on the counter. Just ring them up and refund them for cash. You can leave the money in the envelope under the register.
That doesn't sound...
Fine, I'll take care of it.
Okay.
Thanks. I'm going for a smoke break.
I decide to clock in before processing the refund. I won't be paid for the shift if the company doesn't know I came into work. That is very true. I go behind the counter and retrieve the sign and booklet. I flip to today's date and fill in my details. Done and done. The shirts at Kurosawa Mansion are lying haphazardly over the counter. I pick them up and scan each one. They're not cheap. The first rings up at 11,000 yen and the next is 13,000. Aha! So the game does take place in Japan. But it's written very American. There's 6 shirts all up, each one a little more expensive than the last. They don't look worn and the tags are intact. I'm supposed to ask for a receipt or proof of purchase before making a refund, but the customer is obviously not here. Besides, the request came directly from Kurosawa, my superior, so I can't exactly refuse. The refund goes through the system successfully and the cash drawer opens up. I count out the correct amount of money in 10,000 yen bills, then pop an elastic band around the cash and put it in an envelope. I also print a copy of the refund receipt and slip it in with the cash. Job done. I slide the envelope back under the register and lean against the counter. Surveying the store, I can see that there aren't any customers around. It's still early in the morning after all. We don't usually get much business until around lunchtime. I hover around the register for a while, biting my nails and staring at the clock to pass time. Kurosawa eventually returns from a smoke break. Half an hour must have passed by now. Who does she think she is? Okay, but you've been just standing behind the register and not doing anything else for also half an hour, so like...
You finished that refund?
Yeah, I did it just like you said.
Their voices sound familiar. Granted, I do not know that many English voice actors, especially not for indie games, but the voices that do sound familiar.
Okay.
She rummages around underneath the cash register and pulls out the envelope stuffed with cash. Her fingers flick through it quickly, counting each note, and she nods as though satisfied.
Good work, Katsuno. I'll pass this on to the customer next time they come in.
I have a feeling we're doing something that is not legal, even if it's just a refund.
No problem.
Anyway, I'll take over the cash register for a while. You wanna go tidy up stock?
Yeah, okay.
I'm not too bothered if Kurosawa wants to take over my register duties. It's boring standing around. I'd much rather be doing something than nothing. As I head toward a rack of untidy jackets, Sachiko bumps into...
Sorry, I didn't see you there.
Whoa, you look done with life. Hot damn. Sorry. Did she actually just apologize to someone? Sachiko, the customer abuser?
That's fine. You okay?
I haven't been sleeping real well.
Yeah.
I'm just tired, that's all.
Yeah, you do look tired.
Well,
I mean, I'm not one to talk. I was up until
rest,
2
I
a.m.
guess.
because I couldn't fall asleep. And then I woke up with my alarm clock and I thought to myself, oh nice, I woke up with the alarm, nice, I'm not late. And then it was 7:30 and I was like, that is the alarm I set for like, hey, I don't know, like if I'm already up and moving around, this is when I need to leave. And that was the one I woke up with. I'm like, oh fuck. Oopsie.
Thanks. Look, while I've got you here, I know I haven't really been easy to get along with lately.
What's up?
I've got my own personal issues, but that's no reason to take it out on you and the other girls.
What's up, fellow corpse? How you doing? Thank you so much for the resub. 21-month streak. You're nearing the 2 years. Holy fuck. Thank you. I can't believe what I'm hearing here. Sachiko's had a change of heart. Persona.
So I'm resigning as of today.
Oh.
I don't deserve this job. I wanted to apologize and make sure there's no bad blood between us.
Oh.
Sachiko. I don't know what to say. I never expected this from you.
Yeah.
If you're resigning, do you have another job lined up?
I'm doing well.
No, not yet, but I need to work on myself first. I have a lot to think about.
Oh, resigning without having another job lined up is
Well, I mean, as long as you're sure about this.
I am.
In that case, then thank you for apologizing. I forgive you.
Thank you, Emmy. Well, until next time.
Huh.
Yeah. Until next time.
Sachiko takes her leave. I'm still a bit taken aback by her sudden personality change. Did I misjudge her from the start? No, that can't be it. She has a history of abusing customers and co-workers. No way I imagined all that. Regardless, I'm actually kind of glad she's trying to get a grip on her life. I hope everything works out for her. If she's resigning today, then I suppose the only two terrible co-workers left are Amano and Kurosawa. I glance at Amano, who's standing by the door waiting to greet customers. She has a vacant expression on her face like always. I then look toward the register where Kurosawa should have been standing, but she's not there. Didn't she offer to take over register duties from me? Where the hell did she disappear to? Oh, thank you for the pasta check and every time! Oh. But our feet's a little weak today. Come on, hold on. I'm sorry, that's a pretty weak posture check today, I'm sorry. The AOV had roles in AI. Oh, Monster Prom! A few more games for more anime roles. Ooh. I mean, I haven't played AI. I didn't play Somnium Fast in English. And I haven't gotten around to playing the second Monster Prom yet. Self-care for the corpse. We do not break our fingers today. Not yet. I wander behind the counter. The register doesn't look like it has been touched. Out of curiosity, I slide my hand around under the register. And the cash-stuffed envelope is gone. No sign of it. The receipt from the refund is lying on the floor. I bend down and pick it up. It's a standard refund receipt stating the value of the transaction. My name is signed at the bottom since I was the one who processed it. The refunded money is gone and so is Kurosawa. Did she? No, she couldn't have. Surely she wouldn't have run off with the money. No one would be stupid enough to risk their job over that, would they?
Ah, there's Katsuno. You should go ask her about it.
Oh no. Huh? Kurosawa's still here? She seemed to pop up from nowhere.
Katsuno, a word, if you please.
Hinota, the manager of the store. He normally spends his time in the office out back, so it's kind of unusual to see him here. What could he want with me?
Kurosawa was tending to the register when she noticed the system flagged a large refund as suspicious. Do you know anything about it?
Bitch.
Well, yeah, I processed a big refund this morning.
Is that so? Do you have the receipt?
Here.
I hand him the transaction receipt that is still between my fingers. He looks it over once, then twice, his eyebrows furrowing.
This is quite a large refund. No wonder the system flagged it. Did you get approval from Kurosawa before processing this?
I mean, she was the one who asked me.
Kurosawa was the one who asked me to process it, sir. I never even spoke to the customer that it was intended for.
That's not true, Hirota.
Oh.
I don't know anything about this refund.
Bitch! Motherfucker!
Wait, what?
Where is the refunded money now?
Well, I put it in an envelope underneath the register, but...
There's no money here, sir.
You fucking bitch!
She's lying to you.
Interesting. No money to be found. And Katsuno, you're the one who signed off on the refund. That makes you responsible.
Good for her though, if she's been in a bunch of different genres. At least she's
I did
versatile.
sang it, but
You're going to have to tell the truth, Katsuno. Did you take the money? Don't make me get the police involved.
Wait, hang on. Do you think I stole it? Kurosawa asked me to process the refund and leave the cash in an envelope.
Nonsense. That's simply irresponsible. It's not safe to leave cash out of the register.
Girl, are you fucking crazy?
But
I feel my stomach beginning to sink. What exactly is happening here?
Confess at once, Katsuno.
Well, I'm telling the truth!
I didn't steal the damn money! If anyone stole it, it was that bitch Kurosawa!
Enough! We're not going to stand here and argue about this like bickering school children. Sachiko!
Like a serpent slicking out of the shadows, Sachiko slides beside Hiroka.
Yeah, Sirita?
Did you witness Katsuno take an envelope of cash from the register?
Oh, yes, sir. Just this morning. She acted like she was processing a refund, then pocketed the cash. I meant to bring it to your attention sooner, but...
Bitch, the fuck? Sachiko, the bitch. She hasn't changed at all. She just... Oops. She just sold me out. I managed to catch a glimpse of Kurosawa smirking at Sachiko. They're not in unison and giggle. Are they in this together? Are they throwing me under the bus just so they can steal some cash? I can't believe it. I'm so freaking angry.
There you have it. A witness to your crime.
Do you
Kurosawa,
people not have
if you would
security
kindly call
cameras
the
in
police.
your store? Asking for a friend?
Yes, sir.
Wait just a minute!
I scream louder than intended, but my blood is boiling and I can barely control myself.
Didn't steal any money.
Huh?
Why don't you check the security cameras, huh? You'll see that I'm innocent.
There are security cameras.
Oh, you know those cameras haven't worked in months, right? I suppose nowadays they're mostly just for show.
I feel like that is a safety issue.
Of course, if Hirota really wants me to, I could go double check it just to be sure. Though, I think that would just be a waste of time.
Thank you, but that won't be necessary, Kurosawa.
Kurosawa's eyes narrow as she gazes at me wickedly.
Amano, please show everybody what you found.
You got it, boss.
I didn't even realize Amano was part of this discussion. She's leering at me disgustingly and slapping an envelope against her open palm.
Found this wad of cash in Katsuno's locker out back.
What the fuck is happening? I can feel the blood drain from my face. I haven't even been out the back today. Are they all in this against me? They plan evidence to get me in trouble.
You're lying! I haven't even had time to go out back today!
I mean, what do you want me to say? You think the cash just appeared out of nowhere?
It would seem all the evidence is against you, Katsuno. Since we located the money, I won't have you arrested. But you will not step foot in this store ever again. Do I make myself clear? You're fired, and I will make sure you never work in any of our stores again.
I'm speechless. I can't even process my thoughts. The quiet giggling and snickering of Kurosawa, Sachiko, and Amano buzzes in my ears until my skull feels like it's going to burst. Hiroto grabs my shoulder and tries to lead me outside, but I jerk away and stumble backward. My back slams into the glass window at the front of the store. Thankfully, the glass doesn't shatter, but I can immediately feel a bruise forming. I push myself forward, regain my balance, and duck toward the sliding door.
See you around, Emmy. Oh well, I guess not, hey?
I blink tears out of my eyes as I dash through the store's front door. My anger and fear and anxiety get the better of me, and it's a good 5 or 10 minutes before I realize that I've been running aimlessly through the shopping mall. I reach a hand to my eyes to wipe away the moisture and take a deep breath. I look around, trying to get my bearings. The escalators. At least I know where I am. I need to sit down and compose myself. If I don't calm down, I might be tempted to return to the store and start punching those 3 absolute assholes. With my head down, I blindly charge toward a small seating area.
Watch out!
I collide headfirst with somebody in front of me. Without thinking, I scream out in anger.
Watch where you're going!
Sorry.
Aww, oh, she's cute. Wait, this girl, I know her from somewhere.
Katsuno? Is that you?
Huh? I know you. Have we met?
Yes, of course. We
Oh,
graduated
she's
from senior high school
cute.
together. Remember?
baby.
Did we?
Senior high school was more than a year ago. Feels like a different lifetime. How does she expect me to remember that?
Maybe. Yeah, you're Sato, right?
Aoi Sato?
That's me. You
Aw.
do remember.
Well, kinda. Sorry. I've had a crappy day. I just got fired, so I'm not thinking straight.
You got fired. I'm really sorry. You bumped into me pretty hard. Are you hurt?
I'm fine.
Aoi is rubbing her arm tenderly. I figure I must have injured her, but I'm really not in the mood to stand here and apologize to some old acquaintance.
I have to go. Excuse me.
Oh, okay.
I pushed past Aoi. Unexpectedly, the shy and spineless girl grabs my arm and stops me from leaving. The grip is surprisingly strong.
Katsuno, you said that you just got fired. Is that true?
Wait, yeah, I'm pissed off about it.
Tell me what happened.
Why are you so interested?
I just thought maybe I could help is all.
Girl, I barely know you.
Whatever.
You can't help. Some bitch set me up. She stole a bunch of money and made me take the fall.
I see.
Are we done here? Can I leave now?
Sorry for keeping you.
Yeah, okay.
Once again, I turned to leave, but Aoi's next words managed to catch my interest.
You know, if someone got you fired, there is a way you could get revenge.
Okay. Revenge? What is this girl on about? Does she have some way for me to get back at Kurosawa? What am I thinking? I can't even step foot back in the store. My chance to get any kind of justice just doesn't exist.
Revenge? What the hell are you talking about?
Never mind. I shouldn't have said anything.
Hell no. You're not going cold on me now. Tell me what you meant.
Oh, okay. But let's talk quietly. There may be a way for you to get back at whoever got you fired. Have you heard the rumors of Corpse Girl's website?
Who?
Corpse Girl? Who is that? Sounds like some death metal band.
Would make for a good band name. I agree. Aoi ignores my comment and continues on with her speech.
They say that if you visit Corpse Girl's website, you can request a death.
Okay. Request a death. What is this girl ranting about? Why
Hang on,
is
start
girl
over.
written in
I'm completely
purple all
lost.
the time? Aoi frowns, a look of annoyance on her face.
Say somebody wrongs you, and you want to get revenge on them.
Go on.
Rumors state that you can visit Corpse Girl's website and fill out a form in order to request a specific person's death.
Okay, I mean, they got me fired and it was an awful move, but I don't think they deserve to die.
This Corpse Girl. Is she, like, a hitman or something?
No one knows the truth. All I know is that her victims always receive a photo of their own corpse before they die.
The fuck?
How is that possible?
Alternate timelines.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I've been wanting to use the website for some time. There's somebody that I'd be happier without. But I'm not brave enough to go through with it.
And you're telling me that in the middle of a shopping center on a weekday?
Still, I want to know if the rumors
Okay.
are true. If you use the website, you could tell me if it works or not.
This whole thing sounds sketchy. Risky. Are the police gonna come get me if I go on this website?
I've got no idea.
Well, thanks, I guess.
Aoi doesn't make a further attempt to stop me when I turn on my heel and walk away. I don't know what to make of her suggestion. Can such a website even exist? The ability to request a death just sounds so unbelievable. And yet... I find myself unable to get the possibilities out of my mind as I make my way toward the train station. Corpse Girl, a website tailored for revenge. I could dob in Kurosawa Sachiko Amano. If I could remain anonymous, then no matter what happens, whatever fate befalls those girls, it couldn't be traced back to me. If I start to wonder if ordering the deaths of a few girls simply because they got me fired is a little extreme. Although, they're not exactly saints. They're closer to human garbage more than anything else. They've always been hostile toward me. I'd probably be doing the world a favor if I had them all killed. Is friendship knife still somewhere? Did you cast it aside in the abyss? It is somewhere. in the depths of OBS scenes, yes, but I couldn't tell you where exactly. If they screwed me over without a second thought, who knows what they might do to the next unsuspecting victim. Yeah, killing all 3 of them is the right thing to do. Removing them from the planet will prevent them from hurting anyone else. Congratulations on the haha first! No, I think it's lost somewhere because of that one time when Steam was like, hee hee, I destroy all of your data now. Data. And I haven't gotten around to actually reinstalling like half the things. Nope. I could give you a Christmas tree right now. But the knife is gone. For now. My heart begins to race. Ooh! Trip back to my apartment is boring. The train carriage is nearly empty, save for a few junior high school boys and a couple of women in business attire. Rip the friendship knife! I have a few seats all to myself, so I sprawl out and check my phone for messages. When I feel confident that no one in the carriage is watching me, I decide to search for Corpse Girl's website on my phone. I don't exactly know how easy it will be to find. Maybe I should have asked Aoi for the address. Well, a quick search shouldn't be too hard. I begin to type. Okay, I guess this one's not voiced. A few results pop up on my screen, but none seem relevant. There are links to funeral services and anime fan sites, but nothing really matches what I'm looking for. Maybe this was a bad idea. I should probably delete my search history.
Maybe just one more search. Corpse Girl. Request. Death.
Maybe you shouldn't be saying that out loud to yourself in an open setting. My phone seems to lag for a few seconds as the search is submitted. Then a fresh list of links appears. The top result catches my eye immediately.
Corpse Girl, revenge at your fingertips.
Aww. Oxariat, I'm sorry to hear that. Are you okay? This must be it. I click the link and the website loads immediately. Ooh, not a nice CG. How do I hide this? Ah. You're fine. Aw, still. Take some time for yourself. Request a death. Fill out your victim's information and upload a photo of them. Your victim will receive a photo of their own corpse shortly before they die. Watch out, don't be an idiot and enter. The website is simple. There's a freaky little dancing girl at the top of the screen who looks too happy to belong on such a site. The whole site is really basic. A small blob of text offers instructions.
Request a death. Fill out your victim's information and upload a photo of them. Your victim will receive a photo of their own corpse shortly before they die.
Hi, Baba. Good evening.
Watch out. Don't be an idiot and
You're
enter your
lurking.
own information
That's fair.
or you will be cursed.
Thank you for coming by.
What the hell?
Ah, don't be an idiot and enter your own information.
Is this site actually for real?
Try it out. I start to wonder if I should go through with this. There's very little useful information on the site. I mean, it does say request a death, but come on. Is someone actually going to go out and kill the person I choose? And how on earth can someone receive a photo of their own corpse before they're actually dead? That just doesn't make any sense. My heart suddenly skips a beat and I nearly drop my phone when it buzzes at me.
Thank God. It's just a text message.
An unknown number. That's never a good thing. Wait a minute, there's a photo attachment. Who would be sending me a photo from an unknown number? Maybe someone entered your information. And now you're receiving a photo of your own corpse. And then the train is gonna derail and you die. Bum bum bum. I have no idea what kind of curse that would be. My curiosity gets the better of me and I open the message. Oh, no, it's just... Kurosawa, you freaking bitch. I knew it! I knew she set me up, and Hamada and Sachiko were in on it too. They made me process a fake refund to get cash out of the register so that my name would be in the transaction. And all for what? A bit of cash that I have to split 3 ways? If they had to split it 3 ways, they should have made it an even bigger amount of money, not gonna lie.
Kurosawa, I'll kill you! I'll kill you!
A few of the junior high school boys nearby look at me with worried expressions, but I don't give a damn. I'm angry, I'm furious. Kurosawa is going to pay. I close Kurosawa's message and return to Corpse Girl's website. It's clear what has to be done. I'm going to request Kurosawa's death. I read the website's instructions one more time to make sure I haven't missed anything important.
Enter the victim's phone number. Upload a photo of the victim.
I can't believe it. Kurosawa just signed her own death sentence. She sent me a photo of herself and her phone number was included with the message. I fill in the phone number and upload the photo, my hands trembling the whole time. My thumb hovers over the submit button. I feel a chill down my spine. My face turns pale and I immediately feel cold and clammy. Is Kurosawa really going to die if I use his website? Or is this all a silly hoax? A sick hoax? I ran through the possible outcomes in my head. First possibility, nothing happens and Kurosawa is none the wiser. I do have alert command, yes. It's one of the very few commands I have. Second possibility, Kurosawa gets pranked by whoever's running this website. Maybe the administrator gets a kick from tormenting people. Kurosawa might just receive some spam text or something like that. Third possibility, Kurosawa dies. She gets murdered or some elaborate scheme is concocted to make her die accidentally. My lips curl into a frenzied smile. I like the third possibility the most. Same here. Thank you for the luring. I slam my thumb down and smash the submit button. Prepare for the end, Kurosawa. I mean, it doesn't say anything about how long it's going to take until they die, you know? How will she find out if if the other one has died, if they don't work together anymore? Like, it's not like she's gonna come into work and be like, oh, actually, Kurosawa died yesterday. Because she just lost her job. When I get home, I can barely contain my nervousness. I'm shaking as I open the door to my apartment. Oh, nice room. What kind of console is that supposed to be? What kind of console is that supposed to be? By the time I walk through the door, the sun has just started to set behind the backdrop of the city. Even though it's not dark yet, I'm feeling physically and mentally drained. The drama at work this morning, the taunting laugh of Kurosawa, I feel exhausted, like I just want to crawl into bed and sleep. Despite my dipping energy levels, I can't extinguish the burning question flickering within my mind like a candle flame. How will I know when or if Kurosawa is dead? Will Corpse Girl's website notify me? Yeah, they're gonna be super weirded out and suspicious, like, okay, this lady has a few screws loose. No, of course not. I didn't give any of my personal information to the site. The entire thing was anonymous. And it's not like I can visit the store tomorrow and see if she comes into work. I'll be kicked out as soon as I show my face. So what do I do?
That's it.
I whip my phone out of my purse and open Noise, a social network app that all my coworkers are connected to. Kurosawa, Sachiko, and Amano and I are all in this group chat labeled Work Life. We use the chat to swap shifts with each other and complain about the boss. Just as I was hoping, I haven't been kicked out from the group yet. I swipe through the list of chat members and tap on Kurosawa's profile. Last online, 1 hour ago. Perfect. If I use this app, I can keep an eye on when Kurosawa is active. She only has to be using her phone for Noise to detect that she's online. She doesn't necessarily have to be using Noise itself. It's the best way I can think of to monitor if she's still alive or not. It will do for now, at least. I wonder why Kurosawa sent me that photo of herself via a regular text message instead of through Noise. Maybe she thought she could be busted for it if someone got into her Noise profile? Who knows what that girl was thinking. Regardless, I'm thankful she made such a stupid mistake. I wouldn't have obtained her phone number if she had decided to message me through Noise instead. After all, Noise is strictly an online service, no need for phone numbers. Come to think of it, where did she get my phone number from? Well, no matter, it worked out in the end. I slam down on the couch in front of the TV and keep my phone firmly gripped in one hand, my knuckles whitening. I start to wipe the fingernails on my other hand out of anxiety. In an attempt to distract myself, I switch the TV on and stream some stupid reality shows. The distraction hardly works and I find myself instinctively glancing at my phone every couple of minutes, waiting for any kind of update on Kurosawa's online status. The evening passes slowly. I mean... Saturday morning. Do you think someone else entirely sent the photo from her phone? I mean... You just need someone's picture and their phone number. That's pretty easy to get. Both, you know, getting a picture of someone is easy. Getting their phone number, maybe not so much. Sunlight streams through the open curtains and I startle. Did I fall asleep on a couch? I wipe my mouth with my sleeve, cleaning off a trickle of drool from my chin. My phone is still in one hand and I quickly check it. I tap the fingerprint smeared screen, but it's not responding. Battery died. I must have fallen asleep and left the screen on all night. Wouldn't it turn off automatically at some point unless you have that option turned off completely, which I would not recommend. I race toward my charger and plug it in, anxiously waiting for just enough energy to turn the phone screen back on. After what seems like an eternity, the phone comes to life. I catch a glimpse of the clock as I swipe the lock screen away. 6:34 AM. I open up noise as quickly as I can and flick through Kurosawa's profile. This profile is private. You're not connected to this person.
Damn it, she blocked me!
I frantically navigate to the group chat only to find that I've been kicked out.
Damn it, damn it!
I mean, that was kind of obvious. What can I do now? I've got no way of knowing whether Kurosawa is still alive. I slam my phone down in frustration and it vibrates in retaliation. I mean, you have her phone number. You could call her and see if she picks up.
Huh? Another text message.
I blink a couple of times. Who would be texting me at this hour? It might be Kurosawa again trying to rub my face in a victory. Well, if that's the case, at least I would know that she's still alive. I hesitantly pick my phone up again and open a message. It's not text, just a photo attachment. Ah, see? See? It's... It's a picture of our death. Phone calls are hard and take too many spoons. You ask for the impossible. I'm sorry. You have no fucking idea. You know how people like neurotypicals do not understand how draining phone calls are? They're like, if you have a question, just call them. Or like, oh, if you see that especially at work, it's like, oh, you think there's a mistake in there, just call them and ask. And ask for clarity. You have a question, just ask. I'm like, I could also send an email. Yeah, but you need the answer right now. Just call him. I could send an email. No.
What the hell is this?
You're deaf. In an hour. I nearly dropped my phone in terror. A photo of a dead body, twisted, crumpled, like it has fallen from a great height. A spat of blood is flecked across the grass. It's hard to make out the details of the person. Dirty blonde hair, familiar clothes, much makeup. This dead body, is it supposed to be me? There can be no mistaking it. Without a doubt, this is a picture of my own corpse. I shriek again, unable to process what I'm seeing. I'm so entranced by the battered corpse that it takes me a minute to notice a timestamp in the corner of the photo. It's today's date, but something is off. The time says 7:28 AM. That's about an hour from now. I shiver involuntarily and feel the sickening sensation of bile rising in my throat.
This photo... Is this a prediction of my death?
Oh yeah, I can do Discord phone calls just fine. Even if it's with people I never talked about, but despite me having to like use a phone for pretty much the entire day at my work, it's like I got better at it. Like I always get told like it's you talk perfectly fine, you understand, like you have a nice speaking voice, you are calm. But that's the fun thing, right? Sure, my voice is calm, but I'm sitting there with my heart at like fucking 300 beats. Going like, please don't let them ask something I'm not prepared to answer for. Like, in my head, I need like 10 minutes at least to prepare except for every single thing they could ask. And if I don't have the answer for one of those, oh no, what will I do? But yeah, sure, outward I'm calm. I love voice calls. Ooh. That's what you get for working in an office. Woo! You have to be able to do that. Do not start. Do not get an office job. I swear to fucking God, do not get an office job.
Am I going to die within the hour?
Maybe. And then the truth hits me harder than my face hit the ground in this grisly photo. When you request a death on Corpse Girl's websites, your victim receives a photo of their own corpse before they die. Before they die. I can't look at it anymore. I throw my phone to the side and curl up on the floor. The Corpse Girl sent this to me, and how? How did somebody get a photo of my corpse? A photo that is seemingly from the future? It's impossible. It has to be a hoax, some trick, some psycho tormenting me.
Yeah, that's all it is. Someone is messing with me. Probably Kurosawa.
I get up off the floor and stumble around. I'm kind of lightheaded and unbalanced, and my stomach feels queasy, ready to launch its contents through my throat at any second. I plan to reach around for my phone and finally grasp it with near-frozen fingers. The phone number that sent the photo, it's an unknown number, but the digits don't match the number that Kurosawa texted me from yesterday. So it's unlikely this came from her. Bizarrely, the phone number is kind of weird. There are more digits than should be possible. I try to count them, but stumble a few times in confusion. I eventually conclude the number is 18 digits. Way too many. Do not get a job with people. Yeah! let me top that. Do not get a job. You put your hands on you hear I must be a hoe. Did I hear wrong? Yeah, I think you heard that wrong. I don't know what sentence you misheard, but in addition, the phone number seems to repeat digits a lot. 666-33, 666-22, 666-44, 666. That, okay. It seems too strange to be real. Is it possible to fake a phone number? Something interesting catches my attention. Even though the call ID doesn't recognize the number, it has data on the origin of the number. Tokyo, Japan, my very own city. Perhaps the sender of the photo can mask the number, but can't hide the location. This gives me an idea and I decide to get to the bottom of the situation despite my head throbbing and my stomach pleading to be empty. I punch the phone number into a search engine along with the keyword Tokyo. One result. The link points to a popular discussion board, Noise Channel. It's an anonymous board where users can talk about almost anything. And, no big surprise, it's owned and operated by the very same company behind the Noise app I use on my phone. I tap the link and get taken to a discussion topic from less than a week ago. I quickly read through it. Topic: strange photo from unknown number. Hey, so today I got a strange call, photo from a number I don't have in my contacts. Not sure what the deal is, it was gross though. Wondering if any hackers can trace the number or something. Seems like Tokyo area, I'm in Osaka. Yay, thanks in advance. The topic has only one reply. You got this too? Was the gore photo a picture of yourself? I'm worried, received a similar pic from the same number. Thinking about contacting the police, not sure if I'm overreacting. And that's it. The end of the discussion. Neither poster followed up on a conversation. I mean, if it's been a week, they're probably dead by now.
Damn it. That's all?
That didn't give me anything to go on, except now I know that at least 2 other people have received bloody photos of themselves. Are one of those photos as extreme as the one I received? What happened to these 2 posters? Why didn't I continue the discussion? I feel myself beginning to sweat. My body's going from cold to hot and back again several times a minute. It feels like I have a fever, but I know it's just stress tearing me up. I check the time. It's 6:59 a.m. About half an hour until the time printed on the photo. I take a deep breath when a doorbell buzzes. I freeze in place and sure why they should answer the door. In a sketchy apartment building, it's a risk to answer the door on any given day before even taking into consideration that some psycho just texted me a photo of my own corpse. I tiptoe toward the door in stiff legs and gaze through the peephole. There's no one there. I breathe a sigh of relief. Maybe I'm just on edge and the doorbell echoed from someone else's apartment. Besides, I don't know of anyone who would visit me unannounced, especially this early in the morning. I slump to the floor, my back sliding down the door as I come to rest on the carpet, my legs splayed out haphazardly in front of me. I've had enough fear for one day. I have to just believe this whole thing is a hoax. It's probably karma for trying to get revenge on Kurosawa. Yeah, that's it. Karma. The doorbell rings again and I scream in shock, my head slamming back against the door I was resting against. I jump to my feet and ignore the peephole, this time simply swinging the door wide open. A gust of chilly morning air sweeps into my apartment, and I shut my eyes tightly against the sudden cold. My messy hair tangles in the wind and obscures my vision when I open my eyes. Quickly, I sweep the hair out of my face and look around. There's no one here except... a metal trolley is blocking the walkway in front of my door. A stark white back, about the size of a human body, rests atop the trolley. My heart begins to race as I immediately recognize what this is. On TV, they always show these trolleys used in morgues to cart dead bodies around. Dead bodies? The vomit that has been trying to escape my body all morning finally finds its way out of my mouth. I retch and heave in the doorway until nothing is left inside my belly except a stinging stomach acid that threatens to burn through its fleshy container. The stank wafting from the trolley is overwhelming. Pinching my nostrils closed does little more than trap the horrific odor inside my own skull, and I gag and splatter involuntarily. I'm so glad they didn't put any like SFX for that kind of stuff, because some games do, and my hand reaches forward as though controlled by some being other than myself. I can't pull it back, and I can't prevent my fingers from grasping the zipper tag attached to the front of the body bag. I unzip the bag. Ha! And there I am, a wretched corpse exposed to the day's first ray of sunlight. I stand here in the doorway as I lay there atop the trolley, simultaneously alive and dead, but more dead than alive in both bodies. The bruising on my face is horrific, and I reach a stiff finger to my own lips, my living lips, tracing the outline of the bruise I see before me. There's no pain where the bruise should be, and I breathe a sigh of relief, for why would there be any pain if I'm already dead? To feel pain would be absurd, and then I would really have to start worrying. I wonder how I died. Did I fall from a great height? Did somebody hit me with a car, or did I collapse from some internal reason, perhaps some organ failure or some undiagnosed sickness? Maybe I didn't die and the corpse in front of me is alive, living and breathing just as I do while standing in front of myself. Maybe this is all a prank I've pulled on myself, dying just as a joke, but never really dying, always living until the point I actually die and it's no longer a prank. Girl, what the fuck are you saying? My head is splitting, I can't think straight. All the thoughts in my mind are jumbled, the meanings behind unspoken words disappearing behind foggy clouds inside my shattered skull. To clear my head, I step around my corpse and stand by the walkway's railing. I'm on the 4th floor of the apartment building. There are 2 floors above me, so I could go high if I wish, but I'm pretty sure a leap from here will be enough to render my living body identical to that of the corpse on the trolley. At this point in time, there exist 2 versions of Emi Katsuno. One is living, and is me, and the other is dead, but is also me. I can choose now to be alive and dead, or be dead and dead, but I cannot choose to be alive and alive. So even if I choose to be alive and dead, I'll still only be half alive. Choosing dead and dead is nice and clean, absolute and undisputably solid state of existence. I grab the cold steel handrail and lean over the walkway, my hair whipping against my face thanks to the relentless wind. 4 stories below me is a small courtyard, paved with concrete and decorated with the occasional shrub or flower bed. I missed the concrete by about 2 feet. What the hell? The earth sprays up into the air as my nose is crushed under my own body weight. I think about the photo Kurosawa sent me with a smug smile and a handful of stolen money. My teeth grind into my tongue and sever it, but it doesn't manage to escape my closed mouth. My mind wanders and settles on Corpse Girls' website. What was that all about anyway? As far as I know, nothing happened when I submitted Kurosawa's details. Maybe Kurosawa found the website as well and submitted my details first. I guess Corpse Girl got me. Well played, Kurosawa. I think I can taste blood in my mouth, but it might just be a memory from some other point in my lifetime. A blinking light from a nearby parked car kind of irritates me, but then my vision turns blue or black, and my only concern is how I'll never truly know what. Who the fuck designed that street? You cannot properly drive past that stupid Bosch thing with the street being the way it is, but okay. We just cleared our prologue. Apparently. Act 1, Noriko Kurosawa. Three weeks earlier. Ooh. Pretty. It's a commentary on infrastructure, probably. Maybe. I've always liked the shape of my eyes. I can be critical about other parts of my body, but I never complain about my eyes. With or without makeup, I think they look great. Wait, let me actually take a picture of that. Nope, wrong button. Mother used to tell me I inherited her eyes and my big sister inherited father's eyes. To be honest, I don't see any of father's features in myself or my sister, but I do agree that my eyes are exact replicas of my mother's. Mother doesn't see too well anymore, and that might be something I have to also worry about in the future, but for now my eyes are perfect and I couldn't be happier with them. I wear eyeshadow and eyeliner to bring out my best features. Some people tell me I use too much makeup, that I tend to overdo it and make myself look intimidating. Well, I don't really care. I mostly like the way I look, and honestly, how many people can claim the same? Today's morning ritual is the same as any other workday. I'm a slave to the wage, and I'm not proud of it. Call me a corporate sellout, but I can't survive without money. My alarm goes off at 6, the shower is running by 6:05, and I'm dry and dressed by 6:15. Damn, okay. I skip breakfast because I'm watching my figure and spend until 6:30 working on my makeup. I'm out of my cramped shoebox apartment by 6:45. Sometimes I catch my neighbor returning home from his overnight shift, and if so, I exchange simple pleasantries with him and continue on my way. Today there's no sign of my neighbor, so I don't slow down as I descend the stairs and exit the building. Hitting a convenience store for a can of coffee saps another few minutes from each day. I prefer sweet milk coffees, but every now and then I'm in the mood for rich black coffee. Regardless, I never start the day without it. I don't always need the energy boost, but it helps to stop my stomach growling. It's a milk coffee kind of day, so I pay for my favorite brand and get out of the store in no time. The canned coffee dives into my handbag as I continue on my way. I love the CGs, like the background stuff. Very nice. I wonder if they're like exclusive to this game or if there's some kind of free use project. On the other hand, this was a Kickstarter project, so I imagine they're actually like exclusives, maybe. Double commission for this game. The train station is always busy in the morning, and it's usually a struggle to navigate my way to the correct platform in time for the 7:12 AM train. Today's no different. However, I always make it in time because my routine has been perfected over the last few months. I board a train bound for Shinjuku. A cursory glance reveals there are no empty seats, so I push through the throng of bodies and stand against the carriage wall. Whenever there are seats available, I like to sit and read, but it's much more common to have to stand and stare at my phone screen like almost everyone else. When I do read, I read the classics: Stoker, Lovecraft, Poe, horror, Western horror, and that is my favorite genre. And of course, faithful translations into Japanese are as good as it gets. My English isn't nearly strong enough to read these novels in the original language. If I'm stuck staring at my phone screen, I like to stalk people online. Acquaintances or the few friends I have lead such boring lives. They post about the most mundane topics all day, every day, acting like they shrivel up and die unless they get the attention they seek. I find their dull, tedious lives simply fascinating. From behind the safety of a glass veil, I can fulfill my voyeuristic fetishes and consume as much pointless information as I desire. Knowing every mundane tidbit of people's daily lives turns me on. This morning is the same as any other. I stare down at the phone held in my frail hand. My fingers move of their own accord, scrolling and tapping against the backlit display, pausing, pondering, pouncing on any post or picture that my pupils haven't yet consumed. Standing in a train carriage packed with gills with people, I can't help but feel my face getting flushed and my steamy breath escaping my lips. I just post after post, photo after photo, memorizing the comings and goings of every single person on my noise activity feed. I catch my breathing getting heavier, my gasps becoming short and sharp. They went to the dentist yesterday for a root canal. Mizuno shared some photos from her international vacation. Kawahara objects to owning pets and thinks all animals should be free. My cheeks glow Jesus Christ. My cheeks glow crimson. My chest begins rising and falling quickly. I clutch the collar of my shirt, knuckles widening, knees shaking. A few people in the carriage start to move away from me, but I barely notice them. My fingers keep scrolling and I hit the jackpot. A new post from a coworker at my office, Tomoe Watanabe. She's a girl, the type with a heavy fake tan, bleached blonde hair, and questionable clothes. I hate her, but I love her posts. This morning's update reads, Tomomo! Just found this Corpse Girl website, such fake bull. Waiting to meet the bitch to try it on. Tomo just discovered Corpse Girl's website, huh? I feel a slight squeal trying to escape from my throat as my legs threaten to buckle underneath me. I can't take the excitement anymore and I have to force my phone from my hands and bury it at the bottom of my handbag. Deep breaths, Noriko. Deep breaths. I need to calm down and control myself. Composure is key. Close my eyes and let a cool breath of air whistle through my slightly parted lips. Feeling a little calmer and no longer ready to explode, I analyze the information I just read. Tomoe wants to try out Corpse Girl's website. That's good. That's very, very good. Rumor has it that you can visit the website and request the death of somebody you know. How and if the victim dies is not to the public. Because of that, some people are pretty quick to dismiss the site as a hoax. However, the most interesting part isn't how or if the victim dies, but rather what happens to the victim before they die. Supposedly, the victim will receive a photo of their own corpse. How this photo exists before the victim's life is snuffed out isn't public knowledge, but the thought of this phenomenon occurring is utterly intriguing. Wouldn't a single wouldn't that be phenomenon? Nevertheless, the site has been gaining popularity lately, at least in certain corners of the internet. Message boards like Noise Channel and other similar sites have picked up on the rumors and like to exaggerate the website's authenticity. The fact that someone like Tomoe, a rather dense, dim-witted individual, has discovered the website means that it's actually more well-known than I previously thought. It means that people are actually talking about it outside of the internet. Chances are good that Tomoe will want to try it out and request the death of someone in the office, a coworker. Me, perhaps. She hates my guts as much as I hate hers. Finally, something exciting is going to happen in our dull workplace.
The next station is Shinjuku. The doors on the right side will open. Please change here for the Chuo line, the Shonan Shinjuku line, the Saikyo line.
As the automated announcement reads through a list of connecting train lines, I get ready to disembark. The train pulls to a stop and I contort my body around the other passengers in an attempt to exit the train. Finally free of the tangled mess of flesh, I hasten my pace and navigate through the labyrinthine station. I take the exit closest to my office and settle into a slower walk. I'm on time and I never decide to reach the office any earlier than needed. It doesn't take long for the looming office tower to enter my field of vision. 32 stories of office space all crammed into one sleek, slim tower. The name Temujin is stamped across the structure in gigantic block letters. If you're looking for this building in Shinjuku, you can't possibly miss it. Temujin carries the title of Japan's third biggest banking corporation. It's a gigantic company with other branches in Kyoto, Osaka, Sapporo, Fukuoka, and a dozen smaller cities I don't even remember. I've worked here for close to 3 months now. Not a long time in the grand scheme of things. That said, I'm only a temp and all I do is data entry. I work on the 14th floor along with about 60 other junior employees, including Girl Tomoe and Watanabe. I don't speak to many of my co-workers. That's the way I like it. When I reach the building, I enter through the giant double sliding doors and find myself in the familiar lobby. Comfortable couches line the walls circling a reception desk. 4 large elevators are tucked away in a nook behind the reception desk. It's already busy this morning, though to be fair, this place is packed all the time. I watch the crowds of sharply dressed business people feeling a little out of place in my semi-formal shirt and skirt. Ducking into a newly opened elevator, I tap my employee ID card to a backlit panel and press the button for my floor. The doors close and the elevator begins its smooth ascent. I'm surprised to find that I'm the only one traveling up. I reach my floor and listen to the soothing chime as the doors open, revealing the open layout office before me. The static drone of workspace noise fills my ears. Conversation, ringing phones, fingers tapping against keyboards, photocopiers. Even the steady low hum of the air conditioner contributes to the overall din. I make my way to my desk, stationed in the middle of the floor and surrounded by a dozen other identical desks. As I walk, somebody taps me on the shoulder gently.
Good morning, Kurosawa.
You do not look like you would have a voice like that. Ah, Shinya Fujikawa. My senior, though he's really only a couple of months older than me. He's worked here for a whole year after taking an internship straight out of senior high school. He's not an intern anymore, though I'm not quite sure of his job title.
Morning, Fujikawa.
How was your commute this morning?
Fine, same as usual.
Wow.
That's good to hear. Did you read any of your novels?
He's referring to the horror books I like to read. I can tell from his tone that he doesn't exactly approve of the subject matter. I've known Shinji since junior high. We go way back, but I wouldn't exactly call us friends. However, he's the one who landed me this job, even though it's just a temporary contract. I've always had the feeling that he's a bit sweet on me. I could be way off the mark though.
Well, I couldn't get a seat on the train today. Too hard to read while standing.
Ah, that's a shame. You, still haven't accepted my, friend request, did you know?
I have to fight the urge to roll my eyes. He's a nice guy, but we were connected on Noise once before and I had to delete him. He's super obsessed with his father's detective work, and all he ever posts about is his assumptions and theories on petty crime cases. Normally, I'd find any one of my friends less fascinating, but here's the thing. Shinya never posts about his personal life. All he writes are long-winded rants on boring cases. You could follow him and just mute his entire account. It's far beyond the amount of dullness even I can stand. I fish my phone out of my handbag and pretend that I'm looking at noise.
Oh, how about that? Looks like I don't have any incoming friend requests.
I quickly dip my phone back into my bag.
How peculiar. Well, I'll try and nudge again later.
Sure, no problem.
Well, anyway, I better get to it. Work hard today, okay?
Okay.
You got it.
Shinya offers a formal bow and goes on his way. Before I can take a step toward my desk, a mocking voice whispers in my ear.
How long are you gonna lead on sweet little Shinya?
Yeah! Oh! I have a feeling you would not be allowed with that kind of cleavage showing in an office setting. I shiver and find Tomoe Watanabe lurking right behind me, buzzing around my neck like an irritating mosquito.
That poor boy really has the hots for you. When are you gonna tell him you're a cold-hearted psycho?
Listen, I'm not leading him on, and I'm no psycho.
Doubt.
Sounds like something a real psycho type would say, don't you reckon?
Of course, this is none other than Galgal Tomoe, the very same brain-dead moron who posted this morning about wanting to try Corpse Girl's website. She's the kind of person that likes to stir up trouble and instigate conflict. She's had her vacant eyes on me since the day I first stepped foot in the office. She loves to torment me any chance she gets. Maybe I rubbed her the wrong way somehow, though I'm not sure what I ever did to her. Even though she's a data entry temper like me, she's worked here just a little longer than I have. Unfortunately, that means I have to defer to her as my superior in this professional environment. She knows as much and likes to take advantage of the fact as often as possible.
It's funny, you know. You don't look like the type of skank to lead on a goody-goody like Shinya.
Girl, the fuck?
I told you, I'm not leading him on.
Well, if you're not interested, maybe I'll take him out this weekend and tongue him at the cinema.
Ayo!
Gross. Do what you want, but I doubt he's into someone with your, looks.
Oh yeah? What would you know? You think he likes your flat chest, little Miss Gothic Lolita?
I know I should shrug off comments such as this, and normally I would, but backing down from Tomoe isn't something I can do easily.
I'll give you a tip. Guys like Shinya are smart. Clever. If you want to impress him, don't let him know your head is as full of air as your inflatable breasts.
You guys, it's like not even 8 AM. A flash of crimson lights up Tomoe's face, and she looks ready to lash out at me. A group of co-workers, juniors like us, look over to us in a concern. Tomoe takes a step back from me, but not before signaling a rude gesture with her fingers.
We ain't done here, Noriko. Watch your back.
I'm trembling.
Tomoe walks away and I breathe a sigh of relief. If it wasn't for having to deal with her, I wouldn't dread coming to work every day. Anyway, I wonder when she's planning to test the Corpse Girl's website. Will she try it on me since we just fought? I'm not really sure if I should be excited or scared. Either way, it will definitely be fun to find out what happens if she does try the website. I finally reach my desk and take note of the time. I was supposed to start working 5 minutes ago, so I quickly log into my computer and check today's task list. It's all standard stuff today. I need to transfer a few tables of numbers from a spreadsheet into a company's online database. I would love to do a job like that, actually. Just saying. When I'm done, I have to run it by a few other people and then commit the changes to the server. The work is dull and repetitive, but my salary isn't bad. On the plus side, I get to wear headphones and listen to music while I work. Listen, that is perfect. I love dull and repetitive stuff, because at least that way I just have to do the same thing over and over again. And once you learn how to do that same thing, it's hard to really make mistakes. I dip into my handbag and retrieve my headphones, my phone, a can of milk coffee, and a handful of breath mints. I lay them all out on my desk neatly. I slip my headphones on, plug them into my phone, and hit play in my work playlist. Loud symphonic metal lovingly thrashes my ears as I crack open a can of coffee and take a long sip.
Okay, let's get started.
Good taste. I return home to my quiet, cramped apartment after work. The place is eerily silent, a stark contrast to the bustling office where I spent my days. Throwing my hand back onto the tiny coffee table, I pick up my laptop and sit on the couch. I lay back and get comfortable, letting the laptop rest on my stomach as it boots up. The welcome screen loads up, so I click a couple of times, open my web browser, and then head to a very specific website saved in my favorites. Corpse Girl's website. The cute dancing zombie girl is animated at the top of the page, a peculiar irregularity that always makes me giggle. I noticed that the page view count at the bottom of the site is nearly the same as it was yesterday. There have been maybe 4 or 5 new visitors. I heave a sigh. Maybe the website isn't quite that well known after all. That begs the question, how did Tomoe discover it? Well, never mind that. My eyes scanned the website's content. Requested death. Big, bold letters headline the site. The intention couldn't be clearer. Further information on the site is sparse. Brief instructions tell the user to fill in a victim's phone number and upload a photo. You think you were looking for this game? Okay. Thank you for coming by, though. Aside from that, there's not much else to mention. It doesn't even ask for a name. After scanning the site, I move my mouse to the browser's address bar and click. I type a / after the website's address and then add the word admin. I hit the enter key. A login page presents itself with empty username and password fields waiting to be filled in. My fingers tap dance around the keyboard, and within moments I'm presented with a brand new page. A blinking slab of text greets me. One new request. A crooked smile cracks my stony expression. Finally! Somebody has requested a death. Somebody has asked me, Corpse Girl, to kill a victim. Okay. This is where things get exciting. That is actually very much true. So I giggle and feel my cheeks flush red. This is the first request I've had for about a week. I've been logging in every evening, fingers crossed that somebody has elected a new victim for me. Today my wishes come true. I can't help but feel emotional at a time like this. My lower lip trembles and I feel tears welling up. I dab the corners of my eyes gently to avoid smudging my makeup. As I hover my mouse or cursor over the view request button, a familiar and pleasant tingling sensation surges in my chest, my stomach, my thighs. I shiver with anticipation, my hot and steamy breath beginning to fog up the laptop screen. I click the button. Request details. Today, 2:47 PM local time. Victim's phone, downloading image attachment. The victim's photo automatically loads on my screen. The person in front of me is a total stranger, but that's okay. It doesn't change the task set out before me. A woman, rather plain, in her early 30s. She's well dressed with minimal makeup, and she's not really putting her personality on display. It's a nice photo, better quality than some of the images I've received in the past. In fact, the photo looks like a corporate ID picture. I wonder if it was downloaded from a company database or website. Well, the source of the photo doesn't matter. The simple fact of the matter is that somebody has made a request for this person to die. It falls to me to fulfill that request, and as Corpse Girl, I take requests very, very seriously. I have the victim's photo and I have her phone number. All I need now is to select a way for her to meet her untimely demise. I previously thought about including an extra field on my website, an option for the user to choose the way they want the victim to die. After all, it would reduce the amount of strain on my creativity if the method was decided for me. But after careful consideration, I decided against it. Some people are sick, twisted. The cause of death could be far beyond my means and impossible to achieve. Some people are sick, twisted. There's the apparent serial killer, or whatever you would call this. Therefore, allowing the user to define the cause of death just isn't feasible. Instead, I'll stick to my current modus operandi. Everything depends on the quality of the victim's photo. If it's detailed and the victim features are easily distinguishable, then I can be rather creative with the cause of death. Perhaps the victim's face suffers grotesque burns, or she has an iron stake thrust to her skull. However, if the victim's photo is low quality and doesn't provide enough detail to identify the subject, I have to resort to the default cause of death. A terrible, unlucky fall from a great height. Maybe she slips, or maybe someone stumbles into her and sends her tumbling over a rail. The end result will be the same, a swift, crushing death from on high. The victim will end up face down on the concrete, completely unrecognizable, save for clothes and accessories. It's not my favorite cause of death, but in some cases it is necessary. Regardless, it is still a valid way to fulfill the request. For now, it's time to get started. I can barely contain my excitement. I squirm against the couch, crossing and uncrossing my legs in a vain attempt to dissipate the heat rising through my body. Taking a deep breath, I try to calm my nerves and get to work. The victim will receive a photo of her own corpse, timestamped with the date of her death. It's Corpse Girl's signature move, my calling card, if you will. Seeing an image of one's own disfigured corpse is sure to strike fear into one's heart, and that's precisely the reason I take the step, to make the victim panic and act rashly. First things first, I save the victim's photo to my laptop's hard drive. I store it in a folder discreetly named System Files, hidden away in the root directory of my operating system. A password-encrypted directory, of course. Next, I open up my favorite image editing software and load the photo. Looking carefully at the details in the picture, I can see that this will be a work of art. I can really go to town with this request. I minimize the software, open my web browser, and I access a particular website. The database of the deceased, the DD as it's known on the dark web, my secret weapon, the ultimate resource for my work. The DD is a collection of countless high-resolution photographs of dead bodies. Ah, so it's just elaborate photoshopping! Okay. Murder victims, crime scenes, suicides. If somebody has died in one way or another, chances are good that some perverted individual has captured a moment in all its gory glory. Such valuable images are essential to my work. Using these photos as a base, I can edit my victim's details into the picture. My process is simple. I start by locating the perfect corpse photo. I search the database, and in less than 2 minutes, I discover a disgustingly detailed photo of a woman with her entrails spilling from her stomach. Her face is blue, having suffocated before even having a chance to bleed to death. She's about the same age as my victim. She's of a similar height and build. Finding a photo that specifically suits my victim's features is easy thanks to the DD's excellent catalog of tags and filters. I simply search for the keywords that match my victim's description and find a corpse that fits. Using this photo as a starting point, I digitally edit my victim's face onto the body. It's not some quick job that even a child can do. It's a painstakingly crafted work of art that would fool even the keenest eye. An hour passes, then 2, then 3. Before I know it, midnight has come and gone, but the work is nearing completion. All that remains is to add the final touches. I like to add specific distinguishable details to the image. Personal item or accessory, clothes, makeup, you name it, I can edit it in. With personal details added, I adjust the lighting and color palette. Just slightly, enough to make the photo truly unique. If the victim decides to reverse image search the photo and discovers that it's a forgery, all my work would be for naught. And with that, the masterpiece is complete. A gracefully gruesome, graciously gory gift for the soon-to-be departed. The victim will receive this photo of a corpse that is, for all intents and purposes, a perfect replica of her own physical form. She will open the image on her phone, and the life she once knew will crumble to pieces. My lips curl into a satisfied smirk. During my hours of work, my breathing eventually steadied, my excited nerves settled into a zen-like calm. Seeing the finished art piece now, I begin to feel my heart pounding once more. The macabre vision before me is exhilarating. Adrenaline and dopamine surge throughout my body, giving me a sudden head rush of bliss. To say that I'm attracted to the sight of blood and guts would be misleading. No, I'm not into that at all. The excitement stems from the thought of taking control of somebody else's life, dictating their future, controlling their fate. For with the creation of this image, I've taken the victim's life into my own hands, like a puppet master pulling the strings of a marionette. By forging this convincing creation, I will compel the victim to take her own life. That's right, my own hands need not become stained. The hands of Corpse Girl have never been dirty with the blood of a victim. This is the true nature of my work. Carefully crafting corpse photos in such a way to convince the victim that their fate is already sealed, that no matter what they do, they cannot escape the death that awaits them. And the date stamped on the photo is the icing on the cake, the ultimate driving force behind the victim choosing to end their own life. A date so near in the future, a time that has not yet occurred. A fiber of uncertainty carefully interwoven into the image that causes the victim to pause and consider the possibilities. Is this photo from the future? Is this truly my fate? How can I outrun a future that has been pre-decided? These are the thoughts that run through a victim's mind. Despair and dread flood the senses. Overwhelming anxiety gives way to calm acceptance. This is my dead body, this is how I die. Why should I fight it? And when the victim's last vestige of resistance gently breaks like a silk spiderweb being torn by a cold breeze, they finally give in. They invite the end. This is the way it will go down for this woman, this complete and total stranger. I'm confident, certain, convinced. was a sudden spark of inspiration that guided me to begin fabricating corpse photos about a year ago. I can never quite recall exactly what it was that spawned the idea. Sometimes I get close to remembering, but the recollection dances at the edge of my mind and slips back into the darkness. Regardless, I ventured down a dark and dangerous path. I built Corpse Girl's website and invited strangers to request the deaths of people they knew. It was a sales tactic, simply a way to encourage users to submit images. I had no intention or means of ending lives. Little did I know of the true power I wielded. I only intended to create corpse photos and send them to people for fun. I wanted to startle and scare some unsuspecting fools. It would be a lie to claim that I didn't get off on it. The thought of people shrieking in fear at the sight of their own corpse was more than delicious. It sated my budding lust. It filled a dark hole in the depths of my soul and gave me purpose. Never in a million years had I dreamed that one of my corpse photos would result in the death of another human being. I'll never forget her name, Ruri Hatano. 20-something, slim, gorgeous. I still took my breath away the moment I gazed upon her portrait. She was the first person to make me feel bad about crafting hoax photos. The only person to make me feel bad about it. But I did it anyway. Corpse Girl never rejects a request. It's my conviction. I forged a beautiful rendition of her death. Thanks to some rather macabre source photos obtained via the database of the deceased, I strung Ruri's corpse up in a field like a ghoulish scarecrow. The photo was incredible. It was my 5th or 6th work, the 5th or 6th time a user of Corpse Girl's website requested a death. Ruri Hatano died just hours after receiving the photo. I don't know why. I don't know if she killed herself or if someone murdered her, but I know one thing. Ruri Hatano's body, her real body, was found in a field hanging like a scarecrow surrounded by crows. Listen, I have a slight feeling that she might not have done that herself. That seems a very elaborate way of killing yourself. Her eyes had been gauged out of her skull, and her stiff fingers clutched her phone tightly. Gouged? How do you say that actually? Gouged? According to the news report, her phone displayed a familiar image, the very image I created of her corpse. When I first learned of Ruri's death, I was overcome with varying emotions. I felt sick, elated, disgusted, overjoyed, depressed, aroused. Had I somehow caused her death? Was Corpse Girl responsible for taking a life? Even though my hands weren't stained with blood, I still felt responsible. A lurid truth descended upon me at that moment. Corpse Girl held the power to end lives, and the more I dwelt on that fact, the more obvious it became to me. I began to feel that power pulsing through my veins, thrumming in my blood as my heart pumped and pounded within my chest. I can't explain how the power works, and I don't know why I have it. But somehow the corpse photos I create can compel a victim to end their own life, or compel someone else to end it for them. Ruri died in a way that I envisioned. Her dead body matched the fake corpse photo I painstakingly crafted. And I didn't even have to leave the safety and comfort of my apartment to ensure her death. Corpse Girl's power is real, extraordinary, and I vote to exercise her power as frequently as possible. You have some problems, lady. Ruri Hatano died last year. Since then I've been chasing that rush, that thrill that comes with snuffing out a soul. It wasn't hard to grow the popularity of Corpse Girl's website after that incident. Particularly dark corners of the internet gobbled up the news with enthusiasm, and the site saw an influx of new visitors. And on a few occasions, I've even overheard people in the real world whispering about the mysterious website that lets you request a death. I've crafted corpse photos for dozens of requests. Each photo is more convincing and realistic than the last thanks to my ever-evolving skills. But none of my recent attempts have been successful. Not a single person has dropped dead since Ruri Hatano. I'm beginning to wonder if Corpse Girl's power has fizzled out. Or perhaps I never had any power to begin with. Maybe Ruri's death was simply a fluke, a morbid coincidence. I spent countless hours doubting myself, doubting Corpse Girl. I've tried so hard to replicate that one success. Every time I receive a request, I do the same thing as I did in Ruri Hatano's case. I edit the photo of the victim, I create a convincing corpse photo, and I timestamp it with the time of death. I send the photo to the victim, and then I leave the rest up to fate. But nothing ever comes of it. I'm not so delusional to think that, in normal circumstances, a simple photo would be enough to convince someone to kill themselves. And even if the photo fell into someone else's hands, it wouldn't inspire them to go out and kill the victim. Of course not. However, these are no ordinary circumstances. I once activated a power beyond the ken of mortal man. I caused Ruri Hatano to die by her own hand or by the hand of another. I need to find a way to manifest my power once more, to prove that I, Corpse Girl, have the power of death and destruction at my fingertips. I have the power of God and anime on my side. Once a new victim perishes, I know it will pave the way to more and more deaths. My website will gain popularity and become more than just an urban myth. People will live their lives in fear, forever wondering if Corpse Girl is lurking behind the next text message they receive. Yes, I can see a future I crave so clearly in my mind. I'm close to achieving my goal. I know I am. And when my dream comes true, I can finally... You have problems. You have a lot of problems. And I can't see because my glasses are dirty. 1 second. This is 3 months before the prologue we just played, where it seems like she did a bag job, since the girl in the prologue, Edie, definitely killed herself. But why the fuck was there already a corpse at her place then? Weird. Okay. The incessant chirping of birds gently kindles the embers of my consciousness. My heavy eyelids open to find my body contorted before me, legs splayed across the couch in the most uncomfortable position I can imagine. I groan and twist my torso, letting my spine pop and crack until the aches in my body drift away. I need to stop falling asleep on the couch. I'm still young, but I can't handle a night away from a comfortable bed. My eyes fall upon my open laptop, lying on its side on the floor. The screen is blank, the battery drained. I briefly panic, hoping against hope that I saved my work before falling asleep. I stumble to my feet and pick up the laptop, then charge toward the power outlet. I plug in and boot up, revitalizing the mechanical beast and feeling a wave of relief as the whirring of the internal fans signified a breath of life. The screen flickers and breaks, face my eyes in harsh light. My eyes squint against my will and I make out the image before me. The mutilated corpse of my latest victim, perfection in picture form. The timestamp in the lower corner reads May 27th, 11:07 AM, tomorrow's date. The photo is ready to be sent out. If I send it now, the victim will receive it immediately, notice the date, and realize that her death is imminent. It's time to set the wheels of demise in motion. Leaving my laptop at the outlet, I quickly dart into the kitchen. Well, to call it a kitchen is misleading. It's simply a tiled area connected to my living space, with a small refrigerator, microwave oven, and a single hot plate. A small stack of drawers is nestled next to the fridge, and I pull open the second drawer from the top. Plunging my hand inside is always an odd sensation. My fingers get buried underneath 1,000 cheap plastic flip phones. I grasp one of the phones between my thumb and forefinger and remove it from the drawer. It's a scratched up pink model from 2010 or so, a relic from a time not all that long ago, but that may as well be forgotten. I flip the screen up and turn the device on, relieved to see this artifact still holds power. To be fair, I charged up all of these phones just a few weeks ago, but the fact they retain a charge after being inactive for so long is a testament to their engineering. In any shady line of work, these kinds of phones are referred to as burners, cheap, disposable devices that are discarded as soon as their purpose is fulfilled. I acquired them by rather unsavory means, but that's neither here nor there. I use these phones to send out the photos I make. By doing this, I avoid using my personal phone and thus prevent anything from being traced back to me. When a photo has been sent, I keep the burner phone for 24 hours, just in case the victim sends a reply. I know I'd get a good laugh out of that. Of course, I don't keep the phone on my person. I store it in an old shed out the back of my apartment building. When 24 hours have passed, I remove the phone's SIM card, snap it in half, and discard it with the combustible trash. The phone itself gets smashed and trashed in the dumpsters outside a convenience store. I also delete the photos of my hard drive and clear my internet history. Obviously, I don't even use my own internet connection at home. I leech of my gullible neighbor's Wi-Fi. He's under the impression that I can't afford my own internet connection. Whether or not I convince him of such is irrelevant, so he's happy to share his connection with me. Should the police ever try to track my actions, they will only be led straight to my neighbor. I've gone to great lengths to ensure my actions are untraceable. This has all been in anticipation of my inevitable success. I mean, okay, so you don't use your own Wi-Fi. You have your own Wi-Fi though? Also, just keeping it in the shed, in the back of the place you live in, that's not untraceable, that's just a little out of the way. Looking down at the pink phone in my hand, I clear my mind and focus on a task before me. The photo is transferred easily from my laptop to the burner phone. Once complete, I open the text messaging app and enter the victim's phone number. I leave the message field blank, but I attach the photo, of course. The victim will receive an empty text message from an unknown number, with only one image attached. The message is just about ready to send, but there's one more flourish I'd like to add. I open a particular app I previously downloaded to every burner phone. It's simply called Number Mask, and it's one of the most ingenious apps I've ever used. The app asks for the number I want to use. I punch in my memorized trademark. Now when I send a text message, the receiver will see these numbers appear on a call ID. Not only does it mask the burner's real phone number, but it's an extra calling card to help boost my infamy. Infamy? I smirk, my thumb hovering over the send message button. This is it. This is going to be my long-awaited victory. The second victim to end up dead. I just know it. This is a stepping stone to my success, the second of many bodies that will pave the way to my glory. I sent the message. I arrive at work on time, just as usual. My handbag is heavy with the weight of several cans of coffee, hopefully enough to help me power through the day after having had such a late night. I can't help but yawn loudly as I wait for the elevator in the lobby. Just before the elevator doors open, my phone starts to ring. I step aside and answer the call.
Hey. Hi, Noriko. Good morning.
Oh!
Did I call at a bad time?
Not at all. I'm just about to go into the office.
Oh, should I call back later?
It's no problem. Don't stress.
These two know each other.
Okay, sorry.
The nervous, apologetic girl on the other end of the call is Aoi Sato, an old school friend from back in the day. Though we never really had any common interests, we used to be inseparable at school. She was shy, I was introverted. It was a combination that worked in our favor, even if our conversations were a little on the boring side. To say that we're no longer shy and introverted wouldn't be entirely true. Aoi has gotten better, she's definitely more outgoing, but she still suffers from a great deal of social anxiety. As for me, I'm still pretty introverted. My tolerance for being around other people has improved a bit, but I do prefer solitude. And visiting places I've never been to before puts me on edge. To call Aoi my best friend would be accurate. She's my closest confidant. Even so, she knows nothing about my part-time masquerading as Corpse Girl. No one does, and I plan to keep it that way.
So, Aoi, what did you want to talk about?
Oh, well, you see, that guy at work is still bothering me, and I wanted to see if you had any more advice for me.
Ah, jeez. The older guy that always hits on you?
Ew.
What a creep. You're 19, for God's sake. He must be, what, 50?
Everyone in social anxiety, get in line.
I think he's 52.
You
Ew.
know his actual age?
Well,
Whatever. If he's still bothering you, you have to take a stand. He's not your coworker, right? Just a regular customer?
that's right.
Then tell your manager. Have him banned from the venue.
I can't talk to the manager. I don't want to cause trouble.
Oh
for the
no, don't
company.
say that.
Jeez, girl. Sometimes you need to stand on your own 2 feet.
I know.
Well, if talking to the manager is out of the question, then you need to be firm with the creep. Tell him you won't stand for being groped anymore. His behavior is simply unacceptable, and if he won't change, you won't serve him anymore.
He's scary, Noriko. I don't know if I can confront
I have a
him
feeling
like
it
that.
might be easier to actually talk to the manager then. It would also be easier if you can get the guy banned from the venue itself, so you don't have to confront him and be like, hey, you're banned.
He's always drunk.
Yeah.
Even before he comes into the place. I try not to serve him too much, but...
Are you sure you can't quit that stupid job?
maid's
Working at a maid cafe
cafe.
really doesn't suit you at all. I thought you wanted a government position.
Ah.
I do. I want to work in a cozy office, kind of like you, but you know I don't have any qualifications.
Why don't I see if there's anything open here? Maybe Shinya can help out. He got me this job, remember?
Shinya, maybe. He was always
Maybe
a
you
nice
need to
guy,
accept his
right?
friend request on the app.
He's super nice. Stick in the mud, but a nice one.
Noriko, don't be mean.
Yeah. You want me to ask?
Yes, please. If it's no trouble.
It's no trouble. I'll talk to Shinya. Then maybe you can quit that crappy job and come work with me.
Oh, that really does sound wonderful. Thank you, Noriko. I'd be so
Job market is
lost
to complete.
without you.
Return to monkey. Return to monkey.
Don't be silly. You're amazing, Aoi. Leave this to me.
Thank you.
And to call and heave a sigh. Having to go and ask Shinya about a job actually is a pain in the ass, but I never admit that to Aoi. I want to help the poor girl, I really do. I'd do nearly anything for her. The elevator arrives at the lobby, and I step inside as soon as the doors open.
Good morning, Kurosawa.
Ah, Fujikawa. Good morning.
Shinya takes me by surprise as I exit the elevator. Has he been waiting for me here?
I wanted to catch you before we sit down to work. I sent you another friend request. Can you make sure you got it this time?
Oh, yeah, okay.
What am I supposed to do when he puts me on a spot like that? I try not to groan as I get my phone out and open up noise. It's impossible to hide my screen from Shinya's piercing
Well,
gaze.
what do you know? I have a new friend request.
Oh, great. It worked this time. Go ahead and accept it, please.
Yeah, sure thing.
I hesitantly accept the request. A little fireworks animation pops up on the screen with a celebratory message about making a new friend.
Looks like we're officially friends now. So, can I call you Noriko from now on?
Bruh, being friends on an app does not equal be okay. I've never cared much for formalities. I try to adhere to them in the workplace, but honestly, I don't care if people refer to me by my first or last name, regardless of whether they're friends or not.
That's fine. You can call me Noriko.
Shinya's eyes light up. That seems to have made the boy happy.
Thank you! Oh, you can call me Shinya, of course.
Shinya. Hey, we've known each other since junior high, right? Shouldn't we have been on a first-name basis anyway?
Yes, that's true, but we're in the office now, you know? It wouldn't do if you started working here and called me Shinya right away.
I suppose.
Anyway, I'm really glad we're proper friends now, Noriko.
Oh.
Maybe we can get a coffee sometime.
I can't help but feel he's trying to push his luck as far as it will go. Any suspicions I had about him having a crush on me are now confirmed. I brush a stray lock of hair out of my face and smile as sweetly as I can while I change the subject.
Hey, actually, I wanted to ask you something. Are there any more temp jobs available here right now?
Temp jobs, huh? Are you looking to pick up extra hours?
No, not exactly. I'm asking for a friend who needs a new job.
A friend of Noriko's. We pretty much always have data entry roles up for grabs. Unless your friend wants something more interesting? Do they have any particular qualifications?
Not really. Data entry is more than fine. Actually, you already know who I'm talking about. Remember Aoi Sato?
Aoi Sato. Yes, I think I do remember her. That really shy girl from our school days, correct?
That's her, yeah.
Wow. I never knew you were still in touch with school friends, Noriko.
Aoi's probably the only one. We're fairly close.
Is that so? As for me,
Aww.
I don't really have any friends from back then.
Shinya's heartbreaking confession doesn't surprise me too much. He doesn't strike me as the type of person to have many friends at all. Sure, I'm the same, but...
No, but what am I saying? We're friends now. So I guess I do keep in touch with school friends.
Yeah, I guess so.
Hey, I'll ask my superior if we can get Sato an interview. Is that okay?
I'd really appreciate that. Thank you, Shinya.
No problem. Leave it to me.
Honestly, it truly is the easiest way to get a job is actually just knowing someone who works at the place and asking them to introduce you. Genuinely. It's like, why bother with going to, or like, you know, writing to companies and being like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm looking for a job. And then you know, you get lucky, you get invited to an interview and they're like, well, why do you want to work here? And it's like, because I need money, obviously, duh. But you lie and are like, oh, I was always interested in the type of products you produce or sell or whatever. And I wanted to try my hand at something new. I'm always looking to improve myself. And I wish to be a good asset to the company. And then they will take someone else who has a family member or close friend working there already anyway. And they get in without any fucking experience. So next week your brother works. I mean, listen. It's a good way. It's generally a good way to get in. For sure. It only sucks like if you genuinely wanted to work somewhere and then you find out that the job was snatched by someone like that. It's so good, Lena. Get that job. You have 6 years of experience in a job? That's great. No, get the job. I'm just talking generally. I've done the same. I've gotten into a company because I know someone who works there. I've done the same. I'm not trying to be hypocritical here. I've definitely done the same. You familiar with this VA? Oh, I'm not. I think it's really obvious that I rarely play stuff with English. English voiceovers. You get money and can send for VTubers. Ah, I mean buy food. He's the voice of Rain in Trails of Cold Steel. Oh! I mean, I haven't played any of the Trails games. I haven't played them, but I know of them. Okay. Cool. But yeah, if he's a kind of big role in there, Trails games have so much text, right? He gives me an awkward salute before skipping away. Our little exchanges obviously made him pretty happy. For some reason, something that Tomoe Watanabe said yesterday pops into my head. She mentioned that I'm leading Shinya on, but that's not true, is it? Oh, he's a protagonist? I see. Okay, well, yeah. Whoops. Damn. Wait, he's a... Oh. I wonder what his rates for voice acting are then. He must have been expensive. I shake the thought out of my head. I'm just being nice to him. That's not wrong, is it? I take a seat at my desk and perform my morning ritual. From my handbag, I retrieve my headphones, coffee, and bread mints. Computer on, music playing, coffee open. My fingers tap rhythmically against the keyboard and I slip into the usual workday trance.
So, I see that you're connected with Shinya on noise now, huh?
Why are you so obsessed with me? My walk to the train station is interrupted by a familiar grating
Sounds like
voice.
both of you are getting on pretty well.
How did you...
Of course, Tomo and I are already friends on Noise. She would have seen the notification when I accepted Shinya's request. It's actually kind of strange that Tomo and I are connected through the app. We added each other on my first day of work before I learned how much of an intolerable excuse for a human being she is. We simply never deleted each other even after all these months. Her posts aren't entertaining anyway. And since I rarely ever post anything myself, she probably forgot we were connected at all until today.
Now look, don't get me wrong, you hear? I ain't actually interested in Shinya. Nah, I'm real happy for you both, like.
Okay, but you talk to me every time I interact with him?
But what I can't stand is a skank like yourself getting some while I'm over here all dry like a desert.
That is not my problem.
What the hell are you talking about?
It pisses me off that guys just sluts like you, and you barely have to put in any work.
Yeah. Sluts like, yeah.
Meanwhile, nice girls like me gotta put in so much effort to even get noticed.
Okay. I like the makeup though. Very bold move to put like bright yellow under your eyes.
You think all of this is just natural? I put so much effort into how I look, you know? And guys like Shinya don't even bat an eyebrow at me.
You mean bat an eyelid, right?
Whatever, it don't matter. I'm sick of skanks like you getting everything for nothing.
Look, let me be honest with you. I'm not interested in Shinya.
Nice girl, born version of a nice guy. She sounds like it, yeah.
I don't chase guys, and it's pretty rare that they chase me. You've got me all wrong.
Like I'd believe you. Do you spend your time chasing chicks then?
Oh.
That's not your business. But you don't have to worry about me pursuing Shinya.
Valentina, say hello! Ah.
Tell you what, any guy at the office is all yours, okay? I'm not interested.
Oh, is that how it's gonna be, slut?
Hey.
You think no one is good enough for you, but they're good enough for me?
That's not what I've been saying.
You're just like all the other girls. You think I'm worth being pitied? You think I need it? Well, I don't want your pity. You're nothing but a fake skank.
Right. Tomoe pushes forward, her bulk forcing me off the sidewalk and into the thicket of trees bordering the path. Hey! The burning slap across my face comes out of nowhere. I'm blinded by white stars and my entire face feels like it's on fire. The strike is hard, sharp, vicious. It happens so suddenly that I'm having difficulty processing it. I stumble, but my legs don't quite give out. My mind races, trying to put together what just happened. Tomoe hit me. Why? Why did she hit me? There's a strange sort of disconnect in my mind. My body doesn't feel like my own, like this isn't actually happening to me, but rather I'm watching it happen to someone else. Time seems to slow down and speed up all at once. The slap replays twice in my mind before Tomoe's hand even leaves my face. I catch a glimpse of her furious expression, red and strained and overcome with anger.
I hate you. I hate everyone like you. Don't pity me.
The second strike connects with my chin and I flinch, my entire body paralyzed with pain. She hit me again.
Stop!
I hate you. I hate you!
Tomoe has lost it. She's absolutely furious and I can't figure out what I did wrong. Her third attack is a curled fist aimed straight at my stomach. Through sheer luck or complete accident, I tumble backward, narrowly avoiding the punch and instead landing on my rear. The pavement is rough and hard, but I'm sure it feels a lot better than taking a fist in the gut. Tomoe screams and rushes at me, but I scramble to my feet and grab her by the wrists. She flails wildly, her eyes looking like they'll pop out of her skull at any given second. Her breathing is harsh and ragged, and tears of rage have caused a flood of cluttered makeup to run down her face.
Calm down! Calm down!
She struggles against me, slowly giving in as my tight grip prevents her from attacking me further. She begins to sob softly.
I hate you! I hate everything about you!
Girl, damn! With a great pull, Tomoe frees herself from my grip. She steps away cursing and then runs past me. I blink in disbelief as she breaks into a sprint, heading in the direction of the train station. I raise a hand to my tender face and touch it gently. The stinging sensation is completely new to me. Never before have I been attacked like that.
What the hell was all that about? I can't believe she hit me.
Several times, in fact. The pack of frozen vegetables pressed against my face soothes my swollen jaw, but does very little to calm my nerves. I'm still on edge after what happened today. Tomoe actually physically attacked me, all because I said something, I'm not sure what, that provoked her anger. Maybe that girl is more complicated than I gave her credit for. Seems like she has her own inner demons, just like the rest of us. I've replayed the event in my head 100 times since returning home. Without confronting Tomoe about it, I don't think I'll ever figure out what incited her aggression. But I don't plan on talking to her about it anytime soon. I wouldn't say I'm scared of her, but I don't exactly want to encourage a repeat performance. I rest a bag of frozen vegetables on a small coffee table next to me. I think I've done all I can to reduce the painful swelling for now. Sighing and leaning back, I let the soft padding of the couch consume my body as I sink deeper. My eyes glaze over as I bring my phone to my face. My fingers lazily tap and scroll as I look through a carefully curated obituary newsfeed, a list of deaths that have been reported throughout the day. Using a set of handy filters, I narrow the feed down to include only women's deaths in the age range of 30 to 50. I set the location to cover all of Japan. I immediately exclude any results that mention natural causes of death. I'm looking for specific cases, suicides, or as is more often reported, accidents. Of course, I'm looking to find out whether my latest victim has offed herself yet. Should the search string return no results, then it's pretty easy to look up recent murders. They're few and far between. Between suicides, accidents, and murders, I've covered all the potential ways my victim could die. 9 out of 10 of the search results include a photograph of the deceased, not a photo of the corpse, mind you. This isn't the database of the deceased I'm looking through. Rather, it's usually a nice, flattering picture of the recently departed, submitted by the kin to go along with their obituary. How do you say that? Obituary? Where do you put the obituary? Pronunciation. Obituary. Okay. What the fuck? I used a photo submitted with obituaries to compare and match with the images of my victims. This is the only reliable way I have to discover whether or not my victims have perished. If I knew a victim's name, I could easily look up their current fate, but my website doesn't ask for that information. A lot of respect for the victim's privacy, but there's a lot more to it than that. But that's a topic to dwell on another day. Tonight's search turns up no solid leads. I'm disappointed, but this result isn't entirely unexpected. After all, I set the date on my latest victim's photograph to tomorrow. There's still time for her to freak out and end it all. I decide to go to sleep early tonight. I'm not even feeling hungry enough to eat a cheap convenience store meal that's been sitting in my fridge since yesterday. So, if I go to sleep now, it will feel like tomorrow arrives sooner. Tomorrow. I'll have to see Tomoe at work. There's no way I can avoid her since her desk is so close to mine. The idea doesn't sit well with me. On the other hand, my victim might conquer herself, which would definitely make me feel better. It could very well be my next success, and the suspense is just about enough to kill me. Tomorrow. Wednesday. My typing is hesitant and distracted this morning. My fingers falter, misstep, and tap backspace repetitively. This is no good. I can't focus on work while I'm staring at the top of Tomoe's head, popping up from behind a monitor a few desks away. Even my work playlist isn't inspiring me to pulverize the keyboard today. Normally, a blast of pure volume and a shot of caffeine is enough to carry me to the greatest heights of productivity. I press a finger to my pursed lips, trying hard to regain my focus. I absent-mindedly noticed that I missed the edge of my top lip when applying lipstick this morning. Damn, I'm really out of sorts today. At least I managed to apply some extra blush to cover up the faint bruising on my face. I might have overdone it a little, but it's better than looking like I just stepped out of a boxing ring.
Good morning, Noriko! Boy, have I got some neat news for you!
I'm so absorbed in my own thoughts that I barely register Shinya standing in front of my desk.
Noriko? Excuse me? Noriko? Are you in there?
Huh?
My eyes fixate on Shinya's goofy smile. I quickly remove my headphones.
Fujikawa, Shinya. Sorry. Hi.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Tired is all.
Oh, I hear you. I was up late last night. Boy, I must have been up past 10. Just could not put down this new crime
Past
thriller.
10? Wow. You're crazy.
Oh, yeah, right. I was up late reading too.
Your horror novels, right? Don't they leave you feeling a little scared before you go to sleep?
No, not really. It's all fiction, so it's pretty easy to distinguish from reality.
Is that so? Wow, that's not like my book at all. The crimes in this story are all based on real cases. My jaw hits the floor every time I turn the page.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Anyway, let me tell you this. Your friend Sato can take a data entry opening starting from Monday.
Wait, no interview?
She doesn't even need to interview. That's how much the boss trusts me.
I'm genuinely impressed with Shinya's ability to score Aoi a job. Say what you want about the guy, but the bigwigs obviously have faith in him.
Wow, Shinya. I don't know what to say. Thank you.
Can she even
Thank
quit
you
her
so
job at the
much.
maid cafe that quickly?
Don't thank me yet. Sato is going to be worked to the bone. I hope she's prepared for it.
Trust me, anything will be better than her current job. Really, thank you, Shinya. You came through for us here.
Well, I'm just happy to help. Hey, Noriko, can I ask you something?
No.
Sure, shoot.
Shoot! Oh, right. An expression. Sorry, I just remembered this case in the novel I'm reading, where a police officer shoots at a perp only to...
Hey, you, wanted to ask me something?
Right. Are you friends with Watanabe?
I blink a couple of times.
Tomoe?
You're on a first-name basis with her.
No.
Then you must be great friends.
No.
I mean, I wouldn't say...
Listen, would you mind putting in a good word for me with her? I'm kind of interested in, taking her out sometime. But I could never ask her myself.
I'm stunned. Gobsmacked. Speechless. Shinya likes Tomoe. I thought he likes me. Is my intuition wrong? I wonder if the clues have been in front of me this whole time. What else haven't I been seeing?
Noriko? What do you say?
Shinya, look.
No,
Honestly,
what-
I'm not really friends with
Why not set the
Tomoe.
two up?
I don't think I can
Then
help
she would
you.
get out of your hair.
Oh, I see. That's a shame. I thought maybe you were close. Darn. I guess there's not much to be done, is there? Even after I helped you and Sato out and all.
Is he seriously trying to guilt me? I have to hand it to him. I didn't think he had it in him.
Well, I suppose you can just tell Sato to start work on Monday morning. Guess I'll see you around the office then.
Shinya leaves and I bury my face in my hand. Has this world gone mad all of a sudden? Shinya likes Tomoe and not me. It's not that I'm disappointed. Hell, I don't have feelings for the guy, but for him to be interested in someone vapid like her just blows my mind. To add insult to literal injury, Tomoe assaulted me yesterday. She has a vicious, violent side to her that Shinya doesn't know about. He could be in real danger if he pursues her. I'm completely unable to process what I should do. Shinya scored Aoi a job and I'm truly thankful. Do I feel like I owe him one? Should I ask Tomoe out for him or warn him about her? I need to clear my head. I decide to step away from my desk and visit the restroom. Ooh. The classic restroom break. Though I have no need to use the restroom, I enter stall and lock the door behind me. Sitting on the toilet's closed lid, I lean back and exhale. I'm getting too caught up in office drama. That's what the issue is. It's unlike me. I'm supposed to be stoic, unflinching. It's my ideology, my entire identity. My emotions are better locked away than stitched on my sleeve. I'm Corpse Girl, for crying out loud. My purpose is bigger than all of this. I'm destined for greatness. The day will come when people fear my name, right? I shake the doubts from my mind and pat my cheeks. I'm doing all of this for the right reasons. I know I am. If I start doubting myself now, I'll never see my mission through. An unfamiliar jingle rings out through the restroom, echoing off the walls. It sounds like a phone alert, but where did it come from? It takes me a few seconds to realize I have my own phone in my hands and it's vibrating incessantly. I must have grabbed it subconsciously from my desk when I stood up. The screen is lit up and a message reads, "One new article matches your custom filter, dead body lol." Wait, what? The auto newsfeed I set up last night, it actually located something? I hurriedly unlock my screen and open a certain app, the same app I was scrolling through last night looking for obituaries. A little unread mail icon sits at the top of the screen, blinking and practically shouting for my attention. I hit the icon and read the information presented to me. Article posted online today, 11:22 AM. Keywords found 3. Miss, accident, numerical data range 30 to 50. Image data found, yes. Wednesday, May 27. Miss Akane Tsurumaki, 36, of Chiba Prefecture, was pronounced dead this morning at her personal residence, 8:38 AM. Chief Coroner reports that Miss Tsurumaki was involved in an accident resulting in self-asphyxiation. Miss Tsurumaki is survived by her husband, Mr. Goro Tsurumaki, 42, and her daughters, Miss Fu Tsurumaki, 1. The daughter, 1, singular. A funeral service will be held on Friday, May 29th. View image attachment. I hurriedly tap the button and gasp as the image loads. It's her. The photo. It's unmistakably the same woman. Oh, what the fuck did I just press? Plain features, little makeup, no signs of personality. Akane Tsurumaki, the latest victim to receive a photo of her own corpse. My breathing stops all of a sudden. I'm gasping for air, my cheeks on fire, my fingers numb. I did it. My meticulously crafted photo caused this woman to end her own life. An accident resulting in self-asphyxiation, meaning she died by suicide, strangled herself, or held her head down in the bath. The news never reports anything as a suicide. It's such a taboo topic in this culture, everything is always an accident. All this time, I've been trying to compel somebody to kill himself. My corpse photo is constantly becoming more and more elaborate, more and more convincing and realistic. And now, somebody has died again because of me. Because of Corpse Girl. I was right all along. I do possess power. I have the power to end lives through my work, my art. I've known it all this time, and I've finally proven it. Nuri Hatano's death planted the seeds of belief in my mind, the belief that Corpse Girl is more than a mortal being. And now, Akane Tsurumaki's demise has caused those seeds to bloom and blossom into pure certainty. Corpse Girl truly can end lives. It's a wonderful revelation, and it relieves my turbulent mind. However, I can't get my fingers to scroll back up to reread the obituary. My hands aren't functioning. My legs dangle lifelessly from the toilet seat, and my coffee from this morning is working its way back up my throat. I feel the sting of tears in my eyes. Sweat trickles on my forehead, dripping down my uncharacteristically thick manga. All of a sudden, I can't breathe. My lungs refuse to take in any more oxygen. I panic and fall forward, miraculously slamming my hands into the stall door to prevent my head from colliding with the floor. My nails scrape against the doors in animal pain, peeling chunks of green from the surface as I slide down, down, and down until my head rests uncomfortably on the damn tiles. Oh my god. My eyes roll back and my tongue lolls out the side of my mouth, dangerously close to the tiled floor, but completely out of my sight and mind. I taste foundation and blush, a little bit of sweat, then nothing at all as the still air envelops my taste buds. My photo killed that woman. That woman killed herself because of my photo. My photo killed that woman. The woman killed... Okay. My eyes begin to regain their focus and my stomach turns, heaves and shakes, and warm coffee spills from my lips as I try to smile but only manage to gurgle. The gritty paint underneath my fingertails has a rough texture that I don't like very much. I feel queasy and ecstatic at the same time. It's a horribly wonderful feeling that I could do without. So much for stoic and flinching Noriko. Remember stoic and flinching Noriko? This is her writhing on the bathroom floor, her lungs working once more and her breath ragged and gasping, sucking in air like a mosquito sucks in blood. This is Noriko. Noriko with her grandiose fantasies of death and killing people without having to kill them at all, without having to leave her apartment because the outside world is scary and there are people out there probably trying to kill her. This is Noriko, me, the real me, acting tough and fearless, and I'm crying on the inside, always sad, always miserable, always lying on the bathroom floor with my fists clenched and my phone resting in a puddle and my life slowly spiraling out of control. This is me. I did this. I killed that woman. She had a husband and a daughter, and some random person requested that I kill her, so I did. She probably didn't do anything wrong. She looked boring. She must have just rubbed somebody the wrong way. Maybe she didn't even know what she did, just like how I rubbed Tomo the wrong way, and I don't know what I did. But Tomo slapped me twice, hard, and it hurt, and it must have hurt that woman too when she strangled herself and killed herself. I killed her. I directly killed her with my indirect actions. She's dead now and I'm alive. I'm still here, lying on the bathroom floor on the 14th story of Shinjuku's Tenmuji office building, and I've paid underneath my fingernails, and Aoi is going to start work here on Monday. But I did it. I killed her. Finally, after countless moments of pretense. Months of pretense, of false starts, of failures and disappointments, I killed somebody again. Pop Skull strikes for the second time. Is she like, okay? High key? Doubt. I don't think she is okay. And above all else, above this grime and muck on the floor and the tingling feeling underneath my fingernails, above all of that, this feels good. This feels so, so good. Blood has returned to my legs, the pins and needles have faded, and my toes quiver beneath my stockings and shoes. An electrical charge pulses down my thighs and dissipates through my feet. I manage to plant two hands firmly in the tiles and push myself up onto my wobbly knees. I suck in air and breathe all of it back out almost at once. I feel dizzy, and a bizarre warmth is welling up inside my stomach and chest. God damn, girl! She gets 2 different CGs just for being absolutely crazy? I managed to steady myself enough to sit back on the top of the toilet seat. With my feet planted firmly on the ground and my hand resting on my lap, I tried to regain my sense of self. I might have lost my composure a little bit.
Just a tiny smidge.
I might have lost my composure a little bit upon reading the news, but who could blame me? Everything I've worked for over the last year is finally starting to pay off. My second victim is dead, but this corpse girl's popularity is sure to rise. She looks happy. Yeah, she does look happy, so can't be that bad. More and more people will issue requests through my website. More and more people will receive corpse photos, and more people will... She killed herself. She killed herself! Oh, I wish I could see the real body. If only I could see her mangled corpse drenched in sweat and finally at peace. I notice my phone is wedged between my wet fingers. I must have subconsciously scooped it up from the pool of muck on the floor. I try to ignore the sticky texture clinging to the screen. My fingers no longer numb. I scroll up and reread the obituary article. Dead, pronounced dead. My breathing staggers once again. My jaw gently lowers. I moved in an accident. Hot steam clouds my face, resulting in self-asphyxiation. I salivate unconsciously, a trickle of moisture creeping down my chin and dropping on my lap. Jesus Christ, girl. My cheeks are flushed, my vision slightly blurred. She killed herself. Because of me. I let out a gasp as my hips rise against my will. My toes curl, my legs stiffen, my skin tingle. Okay. I lean back against the cistern, the cold porcelain penetrating the thin fabric of my clothes and chilling my burning hot skin. My eyelids flutter as my mind hazes over. I can't control my body any longer. All the anticipation of the last few days, the tension building in my muscles. I can't. My legs tense up, my knees buckle, my neck tilts back, a whispered gasp slips softly between my lips. My phone falls to the ground once more as my fingers slowly uncurl. The dull tink sound as it hits the floor is the last thing my foggy mind registers before I drift away. Did she just fucking get off on it and lost consciousness?
You look like horse shit.
Same to you, bitch.
Tomo's brazen drawl snaps me out of my dead-eyed
Looks
stare.
like you've been sleeping in the sewer. It suits you.
I don't know what she's talking about. I can't really focus on what she's saying. I realize I've been staring at my computer screen for about 20 minutes, rarely blinking. My mouth is dry as though I've stopped producing saliva altogether. A dull throb in my lap causes me to cross one leg over the other in an attempt to get comfortable.
You know, I'm talking here. It's rude to ignore your superior.
I swallow in an attempt to moisten my parched throat before speaking in a cracked voice.
Do you need something?
Thought you should know that Shinya and I are gonna hit the town on Friday night. Turns out he's fancied me for a while now.
Good for you!
In the end, seems like the better gal won, don't you think?
Seems that way. Is that all?
I can tell Tomo is trying to get under my skin, but I'm honestly not in the mood to deal with it right now.
I thought you'd be more torn up about it.
I don't care in the slightest. Why don't you go sit back at your desk?
Whatever. Hey, maybe I'll meet you after work again.
Why? So you can attack me again?
I realized my voice was louder than intended. A few people nearby tilted their heads quizzically. Someone takes a cautious step back.
Keep your voice down, psycho. Stuff like that's between me and you.
You assaulted her in front of the fucking company building. Like, someone could have just looked out of the fucking giant glass windows and seen you stumble into the forest area.
You assaulted me. I should report you to the police.
Don't you dare!
Just for words, Tomo turns tail and walks away. I sigh and lean back in my office chair. Why do I feel so exhausted? My mind flickers, piecing together fragments of memory from the bathroom a short while ago. That's right, I let myself get carried away in the exhilaration of my success. I temporarily stepped away from my own body and let my basest instincts take over. But I'm in control now, I'm myself again. I'm Noriko, stoic and unflinching. I'm Corpse Girl, successful and feared. I can kill people as easily as I can manipulate a photo. People like Tomo should be scared of me. People like Tomo shouldn't mess with me. I'm in control now. Climbing the steps to my apartment is always such a chore. I wish I'd moved into a building with an elevator, but I simply couldn't afford to when I first moved out on my own last year. These old apartment buildings creak and groan when you ascend the stairs. On top of that, you can hear the bustling of other people within their tiny homes as you progress up each floor. There's always a slight whiff of mold or mildew whenever I ascend the stairs. I want to chalk it up to the fact that the building is so old, but it is possibly some of the residents here don't keep their apartments very clean. At the very least, this neighborhood is decent. I feel safe in my home, even if it is small and cramped. And my neighbors are respectful, from what I can tell, not that I really know them at all. In fact, the only neighbors I have regular contact with are the very same ones I leech Wi-Fi from. It's a middle-aged divorced guy named Kenji, who lives on the floor below me, and his daughter Momo. Kenji's a decent enough guy. He works overnight, which unfortunately means Momo's left home alone and a lot in the evenings. Momo's a sweet girl, perhaps 6 or 7 years old. Occasionally I hear her singing drift up into my apartment, but it doesn't bother me too much. She's just a kid. It's the very same Kenji and Momo that I bump into when I'm climbing the stairs this evening.
Oh, good evening.
Hi!
Oh, a baby!
Hello.
We're just on our way to get some dinner. Isn't that right, Momo?
Yes.
That sounds nice. I hope you have a good meal.
Thank you. Say, are you feeling okay? You look like you've been in some trouble. There's dirt or something all over that side of your face.
Hi, good evening! How you doing? I tilt my hand and reach a hand to my cheek. Sure enough, dry muck has blended into my makeup and caked over my face. It seems like my eyeliner has smeared as well. This is from when I fell in the bathroom. Damn it, have I looked like this all day?
Oh, right.
I try to make up some lies so Kenji doesn't worry about me.
I actually fell asleep on the train home, and I guess the seats
The
are
candy
kinda
detector
dirty.
so slow. It's like, are you killing people? Your mind?
Is that so?
You should wash your face and do your makeup again.
Oh!
I can help if you like.
I can't help but smile slightly at Momo's generous offer.
Thank you, Momo. I'll be sure to wash up and make myself look nice again. You should go have dinner with your dad.
The girl nods resolutely.
Well, I hope you're okay at any rate. Have you been working hard at the bank?
Oh, actually, I just work at the head office for the bank, so...
Oh, that's right. Sorry. Data something, right?
Yeah, data entry. It's a bit dull, but I'm happy enough.
That's good. That's very good. I know it's hard for kids like you to get good work in this economy. When you find a job
Wow.
like that, you really have to hold on to it. When I was your age, I could only find cleaning work. I must have had a dozen different janitorial jobs.
Aww.
Before I met Momo's mother.
I blink a couple of times. It's not like I talk to this guy often. Really, we hardly know each other. Still, I've never heard him actually mention Momo's mother before. Most of the things I know about him I've just pieced together from context.
Mom?
Oh no, baby!
Of course, things are different now. I have Momo, and her mother isn't around anymore. Cleaning work doesn't cut it these days. I was really lucky to get into security. It means I can work overnight while Momo sleeps, and I can still take her to school every day.
Security. Of course, now I remember. He did mention when we first met what he does for a living. If memory serves, he works for a private security company. I assume he guards corporate offices or parking lots, something like that.
Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, yeah.
Security, huh?
Hold on to a job if you like it. That's very important.
Thank you. I'm happy at Temujin, so I plan to stay there.
Very good. Oh, Momo was telling me earlier what she wants to do when she grows up. Weren't you, Momo?
Dad?
Come on now. Tell Naruko what you want to be.
A scientist.
Aww.
Wow, a scientist.
A scientist.
That's a great job. I'll be
Any
rooting for
specific
you, Momo.
science? No, that's not being mean. She wants to be a scientist. That's good. The girl blushes and hides behind her
She's
dad.
inherited her mother's book smarts, I'm certain. She definitely didn't get her brain from me.
Aww.
Anyway, we're gonna get going. Enjoy your evening, Naruko.
Thank you.
Thank you, you too. Bye-bye, Momo.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
The two of them bow their hats and follow the rest of the stairs down. I continue up the next flight of stairs, reach the landing, then turn the corner to enter my own apartment. Aww. Baby. The place is dark because I always make sure to cut the lights before I leave. I can't afford to leave any electricity running. My rent chews through most of my salary as it is. Mood. I flick on the lights and feel relief as the living room illuminates. My faithful couch and TV emerge from the shadows and I immediately feel at home. A man gets no sleep 100%. Yeah, like, he works all night. So he comes home, then he probably brings the daughter to school. Has to, I don't know, make some breakfast and stuff as well. Then he brings her to school, he goes back home, I don't know. He does probably do housework. Because he's still up anyway, and it's actually like light outside, so housework then. Then he could get maybe 1 or 2 hours of sleep in. Then school would already almost be over. Like, she's so young still, so I don't think she would have school for that long. He goes to get her from school and then she doesn't, I mean, as a parent, he probably would not try to be asleep while she has some free time. She needs to eat, and then he needs to get ready to go to work again anyway. After throwing my keys and back on the coffee table, I slump down on the couch. What a day. I have an overwhelming urge to pull up my laptop and check my website for new requests, but my body's needs come first. I'm desperate for a hot shower. I'll need to cleanse my face, scrape the paint out from underneath my nails, and I'll definitely have to slip into a fresh set of underwear. Whatever happened in our bathroom today took its toll on my body and my clothes. Well, the night is young. I can relax later. For now it's time to start scrubbing. Oh, Thursday morning, okay. The convenience store is a little more crowded than usual. The mundane chat of business people, students, and workers buzzes in the air like a swarm of relentless flies. Throughout the drone of mingled conversations, I happen to catch a few interesting words here and there.
Have you seen that one website?
What do you mean by request a death?
My lips curl into a half smile, half snarl.
Since he always cheats, I thought I might upload his photo.
And you think Corpse Girl really exists?
To hear so many people talking about Corpse Girl's website is enough to make my nerves tingle. However, I know they're not talking about it because of Akane Tsurumaki's death. As far as I can tell, her death wasn't reported to the news as a suspicious case. The only source of information I could locate was her obituary. And that didn't mean anything. And that didn't mention anything about foul play, so there's no way anyone could know that Corpse Girl was involved. People are talking about the website in the same way they always have. Like it's just an interesting topic of conversation, an icebreaker. One of those things you tell your friends to entertain them. And therein is my issue with the website as a topic of conversation. It's just an urban legend, a point of discussion that inevitably fizzles out and is forgotten. People talk about it, people visit the website out of curiosity, but very few people take action and request a death. That's the part that annoys me. If people don't actively participate, how can I prove myself to the world? How can Corpse Girl claim her victims if there are no victims to be claimed? As long as the website is simply a talking point, a myth, an icebreaker, then Corpse Girl's ambitions will remain unfulfilled. To be fair, I haven't yet provided a compelling reason for people to take the website seriously. The death toll is humiliatingly low. I need to ramp it up and step up my game, for Corpse Girl's sake. Until I manage to do that, people will continue to simply discuss the website in hushed tones like it's some taboo fantasy that shouldn't be spoken of. But with some more time and some more victims, soon everyone will know to fear Corpse Girl. Thanks to the constant drone in the convenience store, I barely registered a quiet melody of a ringtone. Eventually, my ears become keen enough to pick it out and I answer my phone.
Hey.
Good morning, Noriko. Is this a bad time?
Not at all. I'm at the convenience store.
Oh, good. I wanted to catch you before work.
No worries. I actually meant to call you yesterday, but the day got away from me.
I feel that.
That's okay. I wanted to ask if you spoke to Shinya yet?
Yeah, you can start on Monday.
I sure did. Guess what?
What?
You start work on Monday! You'll be doing data entry with me. We might even get to sit near each other.
Oh my gosh. Really? Are you telling the truth?
Of course. When have I ever lied to you?
Oh, Noriko. I'm so excited. Thank you. Thank you so much. Does this mean I can quit the maid cafe now?
Yep. Quit today if you can.
Oh my gosh. Thank you.
Aoi, are you crying?
I'm so happy.
Making Aoi so overwhelmingly happy feels really good. I care so much for this girl, her happiness is vital to me.
I owe you so much. And Shinya too. I know. I'll buy him a gift to give him on my first day. Do you think he'll like that?
Yeah, I'm sure he will. That's a great idea, Aoi.
What does he like?
I managed to spill the answer to that without having to think twice.
Crime novels.
Oh, really? Oh, his dad is a detective, right? Okay, I can get something like that. Right now, I'm going to march into the cafe and quit.
You tell him. Good luck, kid.
Okay. Bye, Noriko.
The call ends and I smile. Aoi sounded so happy. I'm really glad that I could help her out. She deserves to be happy. I barely have time to select a can of coffee from the line of refrigerated shelves before my phone rings again.
Huh? Aoi?
Sorry to call again, Noriko. I just, something was bugging me, so...
What's up?
Did I, this is going to sound stupid. Did I thank you for getting me the job?
Oh, yeah, you did. A few times, I think.
Okay, phew. I just wanted to check. It was bothering me. And I didn't want to come off as ungrateful, so... you know what? Just to make sure. Thank you, Noriko.
Aww.
Okay, I'm going now, really. Bye-bye.
Bye, Aoi.
The call ends and my brow furrows. That was strange, but maybe not so strange for Aoi. I guess she really wanted to be polite. I shrug it off and return to select my coffee for the day. The office atmosphere is unusually somber when I exit the elevator. There are fewer people around than normal. Some executives I rarely see on this level are hovering around in one of the glass-screen cubicles on one side of the floor. I spy Shinya standing at his desk, talking quietly on the phone. He's nodding and bowing a lot, despite the fact that whoever's on the other end of the call can't see him. I want to ask somebody what's going on, but nobody seems to notice me arriving. I shuffle my way to my desk and sit down. I spend time looking over a spreadsheet of today's tasks. After going through it thoroughly, Shinya arrives in front of my desk, seemingly out of breath.
Noriko, has anyone filled you in yet?
On what?
No, what's going on? Why is half the office empty?
Well, you see, somebody within the company died yesterday.
Oh? Somebody we know?
Shinya shakes his head slowly, his expression gravely serious.
Nobody you would have interacted with. She was an exec, up on the 21st floor. Apparently, she never showed up yesterday, but her coworkers just assumed she was taking a personal day. People started getting the news in the afternoon. She was involved in some sort of accident, and now she's...
dead?
Shinya glares at me, his narrow pupils seemingly accusing me of being tactless.
Yes. Dead.
So, I mean, I get it's a tragedy and all, but how does this explain where everyone is today?
You should have received an email sent out by HR this morning. Basically, everyone is being offered professional grief counseling.
We don't even know her?
Seriously?
I think some people are taking up the offer, but I suspect some other employees are using the opportunity to skip out on work. Regardless, what happened to Miss Tsurumaki was a tragedy. So unexpected.
Yikes. I blink a few times, getting ready to turn back to my computer. Miss Tsurumaki.
Wait, what was her name?
Huh? Ms. Tsurumaki. It should be in the email. She had a young daughter and everything. It's really sad.
Akane Tsurumaki. Though I've never met her before, her face appears in my mind with startling clarity. Self-asphyxiation, an accident. She worked here? I can scarcely believe it. It's true that this is a massive company with thousands of employees Japan-wide, but still, for her to work in the very same building as me, it's too coincidental. It doesn't feel right. Would I have gone through with killing her if I knew she worked in my building? This scenario creates more questions than answers. The person that requested her death, do they also work here? It would have to be somebody who knows her well enough to want her dead. Odds are high that they work here as well.
You okay?
I realize that I've been spacing out and then I turn back to Shinya.
Yeah, sorry. Just thinking is all.
Well, grief affects us all in different ways. I think. The details for the counseling sessions are in the email. Be sure to take up the company's offer if you think it'll help. As for me, I think I'll be okay. Some quiet reflection on the matter should help clear my head.
Sure, okay.
Plus, I have a date with Tomoe to look forward to. It's important to look ahead in times like these, isn't it? I think I read that somewhere.
Ugh, yeah, that's what they say.
Very well then. Do your best today, okay?
Sure.
Right.
Shinya takes his leave and I let my shoulders slump. I killed someone from my office building, but I didn't know that at the time. Did my involvement be traced? No, I was careful to cover my tracks. I deleted the photos from my computer, discarded the burner phone's SIM card, and trashed the phone itself. There's no way anyone will find out I was involved. Besides, I don't even know if authorities are treating the case as a murder. As far as general information goes, it would seem like it truly is being treated as an accident. I'm in the clear, I know I am. However, I sure would like to uncover the identity of the person who requested Tsurumaki's death. The thought I could be someone I work with makes me way too curious. Oh. Whose bed is this? Despite work being eventful this morning, the rest of the day passed quietly. Oh, that's just her bedroom. Right, we only saw her couch in the living room before. Even Tomoe kept a distance from me. I wonder if I scared her off when I casually mentioned reporting her to the police. Not that I actually would report her. That would lead to the police getting mixed up in my life, and I can't really have that, considering my moonlighting occupation. Especially now that I know I have a connection to Tsurumaki. I brush my hair in front of the mirror in my bedroom. I remove my makeup and reveal the ever so faint bruise on my cheek, the fading token of my fight with Tomoe. Since tonight is rather cold, I decide to snuggle up under the covers in bed with my laptop. I crawl into the bed and pull the plush blankets up over myself. The warmth and softness is immediately comforting, and I have to fight the urge not to fall asleep here and now. To keep myself awake, I check the requests on my website. I'm pleasantly surprised to find there are 2 new requests. 2 in one day. My heart begins to race and I quickly open the messages. The first message reads, request details, today 11:14 AM, local time, blah blah blah, image attachment not found. No image attachment. But I thought I configured the website to reject requests unless an image is attached. This is really irritating, I got my hopes up for nothing. It takes me a second to remember that there's another request waiting. My optimism renewed, I hurriedly click into the unread message. It's details today, 5/6, Yes, this request has been submitted correctly. The image is loading before my eyes. The new victim is male, early 20s. He's fit and athletic looking. His clothing is casual, so it's impossible to infer what kind of work he does. The photo of him is pretty simple. I don't know if he uses it for his noise profile or if it's an ID photo of some sort. Either way, he looks like a happy person. I'm not so naive to pretend I can't guess at the reasons this guy's wanted that. Perhaps an ex has submitted his details after a bad breakup, or a jealous sibling wants him out of the picture. People's motivations are purely selfish. Requesting the death of somebody is guaranteed to be motivated by self-interest. So why did somebody want Tsurumaki dead? She was so plain looking, so uninteresting. She didn't look like she was capable of even thinking about wronging somebody. Did somebody want revenge on her, or did someone simply find her so dull that the thought of removing her from the planet seemed appealing? I interrupt my own thoughts and return to the task at hand. Dwelling on a past victim won't do me any good if I want to continue my streak of success. This new guy is attractive. It's almost a shame to have to chop him up. Well, we all get what's coming to us. No sense in trying to avoid scarring a pretty face. Beauty is superficial anyway. I know that as well as anyone. You know what I just noticed? I'm sorry, but she doesn't actually have a mirror here. On her drawer thing, she has a clock there in the middle. Why would you not have a mirror there? If you plan to sit down and do your makeup at a desk thingy like that, whatever you would want to call that, that is not a mirror. It looks fancy, but it sure is not a mirror. No one deserves to be spared just because they're good looking. Beautiful people should suffer as much as anyone else. Beautiful people do suffer as much as anyone else. Take Aoi, for example. She's gorgeous, absolutely stunning, and definitely my type. Definitely my type, but she suffers endlessly at the hands of cruel stalkers and patrons. Everyone suffers, beautiful or not. We all cop the crap we're dealt. So why fuss over a beautiful corpse? This guy, or Aoi, or even Tomoe on a good day. Beautiful people die the same way as the average person. The guy on my computer screen probably doesn't really deserve to die. I'm sure there's some petty reason his death has been requested. But I take all requests seriously. I won't turn a single one down. Corpse Girl's convictions will pave the way to her fame. With a smirk and a lick of my lips, I get to work. I've got a nice clear photo here so I can go all out on the request. I hit up the DD, the database of the deceased, and spent some time selecting a suitable base image. I hesitate between choosing an image of a corpse with a knife in its throat or a body soaking in a bloody bathtub with its wrists slit. Either image would do just fine, but I really want something special for his latest victim. After all, I have to top my last success, right? Another 5 or 10 minutes pass until I gasp at coming across the perfect photo. Thanks to my clever use of tags and filters on the DD, this image matches my victim's description perfectly. 20 to 30 years old, athletic build, male. The corpse's legs are severed below the knees. Bloody stumps leak their vital fluids from on high. The body's hanging from a set of power lines on some suburban street. Ooh, it's perfect, beautiful even. It will help me create a beautiful death for a beautiful person. I kind of have to question the story behind this photo. I wonder if the police ever investigated and discovered what happened to this sucker. Well, regardless, this will serve my purpose. I download the highest resolution copy available and save it to my hard drive. My fingers trace along the computer's trackpad with practice movements, clicking, tapping, dragging at random intervals. You do all of your... Oh my god, with a trackpad? The night carries on. Friday morning. I walked through the train station this morning as confident, cocky, self-assured. When I board the train, I even managed to take a seat for the first time in a while. I withdraw a worn book from my handbag and flip open the cover. There's a name scrawled in blue ballpoint pen on the first page, but it has become faded and illegible over time. I don't quite remember where I picked up this book. Maybe I discovered it at a second-hand bookshop? Who knows? I own so many obscure tomes that I can't be expected to recall purchasing every single one. Its aged cover and weathered spine both bear the same title. Photography, a comprehensive history of photo manipulation. The book is written in English and it's a slog to work through with my limited knowledge of that language, but I like to skim through it primarily for the photographs contained within. The examples of early image doctoring from centuries ago fascinates me. The book even features techniques and studies as recent as 1993 when it was first published. It's true that a lot of the techniques discussed within are no longer relevant in today's digital age, however, there's a hearty selection dedicated to the art of manipulating corpse photos, something that I'm indeed very, very interested in. The most intriguing aspect of this section's content is that the featured artists perform the opposite kind of work that I do. Instead of manipulating images of the living to make them appear dead, the artists in the book edit images of the dead in order to make them look alive once more. In bygone eras when photographs of people were taken few and far between, a sect of artists dedicated themselves to honoring the memories of the deceased. They did this by making the photos taken upon death look beautiful and full of life. These photos were gifted to family members and loved ones. The tradition makes sense. Imagine if you lost someone dear to you and you had no photographs of them. Wouldn't it be wonderful to receive one last memento, a beautiful image of the way you remember them? Instead of using makeup to beautify a corpse, these artists applied paintbrush and pen directly to a photograph to seemingly bring the deceased back to life. The impressive aspect of this process is the way they illustrated the corpse's eyes to look full of life. Even though it's a far cry from the work I do, I can't help but feel some sort of kinship with the artists discussed in this book. Surely we are cut from the same cloth. Browsing through the images in this book inspires me to work hard at my own photo editing. Many of the pictures are in black and white, but to me, that only drives home how impressive these old techniques were. I finished flipping through a chapter and closed the book. I hold the tattered tome close to my chest and breathe a sigh of satisfaction. Stuff from 1993 is considered Asian in this game. Well, I mean, in terms of how far photo manipulation has gotten, like especially with our, the digital age, I guess you could consider that ancient, sure.
The next station is
Shinjuku. I quickly stuff the book into my handbag and get ready to disembark the train. When I'm certain nobody is looking, I carefully open the lid of the large dumpster in front of me. The stench of rotten food and who knows what else assaults my senses, and I reflexively gag and splutter. The staff at the convenience store really need to seal their trash in plastic bags before tossing it in here.
Ugh, this is disgusting. I have to stop doing this.
The raised open lid locks into place at a 45 degree angle, allowing my now free hands to retrieve a small black object from my handbag. It's a flip phone, a cheap plastic thing with a shiny charcoal finish. I open it up and tap on the retro tactile keys, confirming that I've completely deleted all sent messages and photos. Nodding to myself, satisfied that I've covered my tracks, I eject the battery from the back of the casing and toss it in the dumpster. But batteries go in a oh, you cannot just throw batteries in the same thing as normal trash. Ooh. I then snap the phone in half along the hinge, separating the screen from the keypad. The screen crunches into pieces with a gratifying underneath my shoes. I retrieve the smashed parts from the asphalt, careful not to prick my finger on the sharp glass. With hardly a glance, I unceremoniously launch the broken parts of the phone into the dumpster. Tap my hands together to dust them off, then shut the dumpster lid and hurry away. I don't want to feel old! It's okay! It's okay! You have to see it like this. We're all old here, okay? We can all be old together. According to kids on the internet, we're all old people anyway, and we should have gotten a real job and not spent our time online anymore. So let's all be old together, okay? Sharing is caring. I I settled between the brick wall of the convenience store and the narrow metal railing intended to keep people like me away from the dumpsters. Now in front of the convenience store, I finally feel I can breathe deeply without fear of inhaling the toxic content of the dumpster. I let my lungs take the fill before nonchalantly crossing the street. I takes care of my latest burner phone. Before leaving the office building, I cracked the SIM card in half and disposed of it in a combustible trash. Now, with the phone itself destroyed and discarded at a different location, my mind is at ease. It has been slightly less than 24 hours since I messaged my latest victim, that athletic guy that I may have briefly fantasized about during my restless slumber. My general rule of thumb is to keep a burner phone for exactly 24 hours after sending a photo. However, I made an exception today. I wanted to discard the phone early, clear my anxiety, and get a full night's rest tonight. Besides, it's not like anyone ever replies to the messages I sent. I'd love it if they did, but it is what it is. So really, there's no point holding on to the evidence of my wrongdoing for no longer than necessary. If memory serves, I wrote tomorrow's date on the latest victim's timestamp, May 30th, 10:31 AM. The victim may decide to kill himself today, of course. He could end up just like Akane Tsurumaki. But if he's anything like her, he'll hold out until just a few hours before the designated time. He let panic and fear boil and build inside him until he just can't take it anymore. Or someone else will come along and end it all for him. I can't be sure. I still don't know what happened to Ruri Hatano. Did she kill herself, or did someone else snuff out her life? Either way, I'll start researching obituaries tomorrow. I'm confident that this will be another successful request. If it is, I'll truly be on a winning streak. With butterflies in my stomach, I cross the road. On my route home, I usually like to trek through the small park close to my apartment, provided the weather is decent. I avoid the park in the mornings, as a lot of people walk their dogs, and I can't risk my allergies flaring up before I reach the office. In the evening, the park is much emptier. I suppose I finish work a bit earlier than most people, so while everyone else is busy, I can enjoy the fresh air and scenery. I make my way along the neat, broad dirt path that connects one side of the park to the other. Wooden benches line the path at regular intervals, and at this time of the evening, it's common to see a homeless person or two using a bench as a resting place. The city has more homeless people than the general population would care to admit. I try not to not think much of it as I walk by every day. I already know that many people have it worse off than I do, but there's not exactly anything I can do to help, right? Should I be giving these people money that I can't afford to spare? Wouldn't I just end up homeless as well? I'm not exactly broke, but I live month to month on my salary. It's expensive to live on the outskirts of Akihabara, and commuting to Shinjuku every day isn't exactly cheap either. Then you add in electricity bills, phone, food. I mean, I don't eat unless I have to, but I'd starve if I didn't buy a meal every other day. And don't even get me started on the cost of the coffee I drink. Yeah, but that's... I mean, what I find interesting is it's such a big building, it's a bank. You think maybe they just have coffee machines at work that you're allowed to use? If I'm lucky, I can score a can for 100 yen, but more often than not, I'm paying up to 150 for a single can. Even if I were to buy canned coffee in bulk from one of those huge variety stores like Don Coyote, I'd still only save a handful of loose change. And I wouldn't have access to the familiar selection I get at the convenience store. I'm just thankful that I don't go out for drinks after work like most of my colleagues. If I had to buy a few rounds of beer every week, my bank account would definitely dry up. By avoiding that kind of group outing, not only do I save money, but I'm also not forced to spend more time around people. It's a win-win situation. Realizing I'm trudging along the path at a snail's pace, I tell myself to speed up my gait. Toward the exit of the park, the silhouette of two people on a bench come into view. The sound of laughter carries on the wind, and I can't help but feel like I've heard the voices before. As I draw closer, a sinking sensation clutches at my stomach. I immediately get the urge to turn around, but I'm so close to home.
Aha! It's Noriko! Fancy seeing her here.
Noriko's here.
Tomo and Shinya. Tomo glares and flips her long hair behind her ear with a shitty neat grin on her face. Shinya looks kind of out of place outside of the office. His face is filtered by an especially uncomfortable expression. I start to wonder why these two are here, but then I recall that Tomo did mention they were going on a date on Friday night. I suppose it's just my bad luck that I would run into them on the way home. Though, what are they doing here in Akihabara? You want to save money by making a miracle drink known as coffee unavailable in the workplace. Fuck! Damn it! I have to assume that Tomo came here on purpose just to spite me.
On your way home?
Uh-huh. How's your, date?
We're having a blast. Right, Chen?
Yes, of course. A great time.
Oh man. I wonder if Toma has been dragging Shinya along against his will.
Okay, well, I'll leave you to it.
Hey, we're gonna grab some chicken. Why don't you come with us?
No thanks.
I can think of any worse ways to spend an evening than eating with Tomoe.
Please come with us, Noriko.
Shinya has a dejected look on his face. It's pitiful, but he brought his date on himself. Why should I have to bail him out?
Sorry, I've got things to do tonight.
Are you sure you're not just avoiding eating? Afraid to gain a bit of fat?
I honestly don't know what to say to that.
Seishin, you ever seen Noriko eat anything?
Well, now that you mention it, she never seems to eat at the office.
And what about it?
I eat at home, if that's okay with you.
It's not completely a lie. Sometimes I eat at home, sometimes I don't eat at all.
Come on, come get some chicken with us. You can throw it back up or whatever
I don't like
afterwards
her.
if it makes you feel better.
Sometimes in between I was like, okay, maybe I feel a little sorry for her. But there goes that feeling. She's starting to get on my nerves. I swear she tries to identify my flaws and insecurities just so she can rub them in my face.
Tomoe, you're not being very nice to Noriko. Aren't you two supposed to be friends?
No, we're not.
We're besties.
Oh,
Besties
besties.
talk shit to each other, right, Noriko?
Right.
Huh. Fascinating.
Anyway, I'm going now. See you on Monday.
Okay. See you then.
Buzzkill. She's such a drag.
Shut the fuck up.
I let Toma's words hang in the air as I walked past her. I'm pretty annoyed that she dragged Shinya all the way here just to taunt me. Is this her idea of a good date? Does she care about Shinya at all, or is this whole thing just to annoy me? Toma dating Shinya doesn't even get under my skin. I don't have feelings for him at all. What does get on my nerves is simply the fact that Toma is trying so hard to get on my nerves. Of course, it wouldn't be fair if I could carry on my way home without one final interruption. Toma calls out to me again.
Your friend Aoi is gonna start work with us on Monday, yeah? Oh, fun. I can't wait to meet a friend of Noriko's.
If you make life hard for her, I will fucking kill you. I grimace. I suppose Shinya told her about that. I turn back to face them both.
Don't even think about messing with Aoi. That girl has dealt with enough crap at her last job.
Ooh, a new sprite.
Oh, has she? Maybe big, strong Noriko can protect her now.
I'd do anything for her. She's my best friend. If you had any friends of your own, you'd understand what that feels like.
Well, I got plenty of friends. And only some of them are sluts like you.
Yeah. I'm going.
I finally managed to disengage from the conversation, even with Tomo's mocking laugh piercing the air. I exit the park, cross the road, and walk down the block leading to my apartment. Tomo, I have to wonder if that girl exists solely to irritate me. I have to tell myself she's not worth my time. I can't let her taunts get to me. Grin and bear it, as they say. That's what stoic, unflinching Noriko would do. Running a hand through my hair, I smile and approach my apartment building. She sounds so valley girl. I mean, honestly, if you write a gyaru, I think that is literally the best way to write them in English. Just a valley girl kind of stuff. Like, yeah. Yeah. I wonder when she's gonna end up dead. I spent all morning trying unsuccessfully to calm my nerves. I'm anxious about finding out whether my latest victim has perished. It's afternoon now, so the time written on his photo has passed. If my work was successful, I should know soon enough. I've already set an obituary news alert on my phone to keep me informed. Yeah, instead of sitting at home all day and waiting for my phone to go off, I decided to... Oh my god, I'm sorry. Oh, horrible hiccups today. I decided to visit an old favorite hangout. Public libraries don't get the credit they deserve in this age. They're quiet, calm, soothing. I can sit here for hours for free and just get lost in different worlds. Plus, they always carry works by my favorite authors. Sometimes the librarians are even kind enough to recommend titles that might fit my tastes. I don't feel judged here. Nobody looks at me and mocks my clothing or my makeup. Nobody looks at me and asks if I've had enough to eat lately. Nobody makes fun of me, that lonely girl in the corner reading Lovecraft and calmly stroking her hair. Every so often I put my book aside and check my phone out of habit. Still no alerts. Have I miscalculated something? Did my latest photo not look convincing or damning enough to inspire suicide or murder? I find myself growing increasingly anxious and impatient.
Cthulhu, huh? You a Lovecraft nerd?
Hello? I blink twice and look up at the strange man standing over me.
Huh?
Sus, didn't mean to interrupt. Notice you're reading Lovecraft. Huh, in Japanese too. Didn't know this book had been translated.
Yeah. My English isn't great, so...
My
I read the
English
translated
isn't
versions.
great, she says. With English voice acting.
That's mad. Do they translate esoteric names? Can't imagine Cthulhu being easy to write in kanji.
Well, it's written in katakana, so...
Of course. Kojiro.
Hi. The man extends a hand, and I can tell if he wants me to shake it or pass him my book.
What?
I'm Kojiro. You?
Noriko. Kurosawa.
Nice. Just Kojiro for me. No last name. Call me Koji.
I'd rather not.
You don't have a last name?
Used to. Lost it. Fire, you know.
What?
I'm just Kojiro now.
What? This guy is weird. His clothes smell like they've been stashed in the back of a closet for a decade or two. His face is unshaven and his eyes are scarily clear and focused, despite being masked by a pair of thick glasses.
Didn't mean to keep you. Saws again. I'm looking for Nobel Sinclair. He around here?
I mean, I don't know. Who?
Writer guy? Did that book about befriending the dead? The librarian told me to check these shelves.
Sorry, I don't really know.
Why not ask the librarian?
No worries. I'll find him. You know, you look like the type who'd enjoy his books.
I'm sorry, I think I'll put public library, like random person talking to you while you're, you know, doing your own thing. I think I put the public library at like top 10 places I do not want that to happen at. If I'm at a library, I want my peace and quiet. Get the fuck away from me, dude.
Not to judge you by your cover. Need a strong stomach, though. Messed up shit.
As much as I hate to admit it, this stranger's captured my interest.
How messed up are we talking?
Well, his first book describes dressing up corpses, taking them to dinner. Goal is to not get caught out. Mad, right? Like something out of that American movie. Weekend with Bernard? Or something like that. Second book goes nuts. Main character fills the school classroom with bodies, all dressed up as students. Runs lectures and records them, puts them online.
Okay.
Best part? No one can figure out if these books are fiction.
I mean, granted, the book does sound interesting. I'll give him that.
Internet says Nobel Sinclair actually did these things. Says he's doing time now, writing these books as a confession.
Interesting.
Right? It's deranged. Makes for a good bedtime reading.
No, dude, no spoilers! Wait. No. You think that person actually exists? If I Google the name Nova? No. Sinclair? Oh, I wrote it wrong. Sinclair Lewis. Sinclair Lewis? Was an American writer and playwright. In 1930, he became the first writer from the United States to receive the Nobel Prize. Fuck off, Wikipedia. In literature, which was awarded for his vigorous and graphic art of description and his ability to create with wit and humor new types of characters. He's best known for his novels Main Street, Babbitt, Aerosmith, Elmer Gantry, Dotsworth, and It Can't Happen Here. Oh, he went to Yale. Okay, but none of, oh, he wrote a few books. None of those sound familiar to me. He wrote 24 novels, more than 70 short stories, and several plays and poetry collections. Today he is mainly remembered for the satirical novels Main Street and Can't Happen Here. I mean, if that is even the same person they're referring to here. I don't know.
You are Noise? Well, of course you are.
Yeah. You?
Yeah. At Koji.
Koji!
Add me if you like. We can talk shop. I'm gonna find Obel. Wish me luck.
Without so much as a glance back at me, the man walks away. I try to return to my reading, but the whole conversation just replays back in my mind. Back in my head. What a bizarre encounter. May I not just head home for today? Being here has helped me calm down, but I'm still eagerly anticipating the fate of my victim. Besides, I have to admit I'm growing a little bit hungry. Maybe onigiri, a rice ball from a convenience store, will tide me over until tomorrow. I gather my things and stand up, letting out a little whew to stretch my muscles. As I head toward the sliding doors to leave the library, a little alert sounds from my phone. This is it. My phone is in my hands in less than a second, the screen unlocked and the obituary page loading before my eyes. Article posted online today, 2:39 p.m. Keywords found 3. Mr. Accident numerical data range 2230. Image data found. Yes. Saturday, May 30th. Yes. Mr. Eiichi Hanada, 22, of Tokyo Prefecture, was pronounced dead this afternoon at a traffic intersection, 12:02 p.m. Coroner's office reports that Mr. Hanada was involved in a traffic accident. No other casualties have been reported. Mr. Hanada is survived by his fiancée, who wishes to remain anonymous. A funeral service has not yet been arranged. View image attachment. I quickly load the image attachment and can't believe my eyes. The photo is the exact same one that was sent to me through Corpse Girl's website. There can be absolutely no doubt that this is my latest victim. I've done it again. My breathing starts to quick, my cheeks begin to grow hot. I know from experience that if I don't get somewhere private and quickly, I might very well make a fool of myself in public. I quickly glance around the library for a sign pointing to a restroom. As soon as my eyes settle on it, I dash toward it, swerving between bookshelves and through the narrow aisles. There's one door for a unisex bathroom and an unremarkable beige portal. The muscles in my thighs are tightening and I squirm as I reach for the door. My hand grasps the cool metal handle and presses down, only to be met with immovable resistance. It's locked. There's a sign on the door and notice that I completely ignored in my haste. Closed for cleaning!
Shit!
I curse despite my best efforts to keep a low profile. My head turns frantically, looking for somewhere, anywhere that I can sit down and remain out of sight while my body reacts erratically to my latest success.
Oh, you busted?
This guy again.
I need to use the restroom.
I hope you can tell that the expression on my face is not one of desperation to use the facilities. To my surprise, Kojiro strides up to the restroom door and begins to slam his fists against it.
Cleaning time is over. Get out of there.
What the fuck? I hear a panicked yelp from within. Kojiro's commanding voice was more than a little intimidating. Within seconds, a terrified old woman emerges. She wheels a cleaning trolley around us, rows quickly, and disappears from sight.
All yours. Bad to hold it.
Thanks.
The fuck? I dash past Kojiro, unable to believe what is happening here. I slam the door behind me and slip into a cubicle. As soon as I sit atop the toilet's closed lid, my legs begin to shake uncontrollably and I have to lean backward to steady myself. Eiichi Hanada is dead, killed in a traffic accident. That could mean anything, but I'm willing to bet that I caused his death. After seeing the photo of his dismembered corpse, he might have purposefully crashed his car. Or perhaps someone else rammed his vehicle, intent on murdering him on behalf of Corpse Girl. I still don't know how my power works. I don't know why these victims end up dead. But the cause of death ultimately doesn't matter. What matters is that Corpse Girl is victorious once more. I find myself panting, squirming, struggling to restrain myself. My vision fogs, my knuckles clench, and with barely a fanfare, I begin to cool down all of a sudden. Just like that, the overwhelming urge to explode simply flutters away. Huh. My breathing regulates, my legs solidify and rest firmly on the ground. This experience wasn't nearly as staggering as last time. Maybe because I was so confident that this victim would die, my body already prepared itself for it. Have I already become desensitized to my ability to wield death itself? I won't pretend that I'm not disappointed. That exhilarating feeling I experienced last time, the complete and utter loss of control, it was addicting. I craved experiencing it again. Still, I need to remind myself of the most important thing. I fulfilled the request issued to Corpse Girl. That's 2 new victors in a row, 2 victories in a single week. As long as requests keep coming in, I can keep achieving my goals. I can do this. Full of confidence and feeling steady once more, I exit the cubicle and leave the bathroom. Yeah, that was very nice of the guy. I wonder if he works there, or if he's just familiar enough with the workers. A strange man, Kojiro, is waiting for me at the end of an aisle.
Good?
Yeah. Hey, thanks for...
You know.
I really needed the bathroom.
Course. Been there. Gotta go when you gotta go. Look what I found.
Kojiro holds up a book with a plain black cover.
Nobel Sinclair's latest. Dazed by the Dead. It's a ripper.
Oh, what's that one about?
Falling in love with the dead. Read it already last year. Time for another go. Oh, here.
Kojiro hands another book to me, this one with a brown cover. An illustration on the front depicts a field of flowers.
What's this?
Sinclair's first ever published work. Strange Flower. Title's nonsense. This is the one where he puts corpses in suits, treats them to meals at fancy restaurants. Loaned it out under my name. He'd take it. Return it before the due date. Can't risk getting fined.
Oh, well, thank you.
Aw.
I'll be sure to read it.
Sure. Send me your thoughts and noise. Right. Be seeing you.
A brief wave of his hand and he disappears behind the closest shelves. I can't really get over how peculiar he is, but he certainly is making an effort to be friendly. I turn the heavy book over in my hands and look inside the front cover for a publication date. 2009. It's actually not that old. Definitely not as old as the fiction I normally consume. I shrug and hoist the bulky tome underneath my arm, then make for the library's exit. I feel uncommonly hungry on my way home, so much so that I decide to stop by a restaurant and get some dinner. I wonder if killing stirs my appetite. I often pass this establishment when I exit the train station in Akihabara. It's an old venue that serves traditional Japanese food as well as popular Western dishes. To say that I've always been curious about eating here would be accurate. I've been working hard lately, achieving my goals. I can afford to treat myself to a cooked meal, right? Why do I find it so hard to justify that? I'm even going to eat at a booth tonight, another rarity for me. A waitress guides me to an empty booth and I slide in before looking at the menu. The hospice specialty, according to the menu in my hands, is grilled eel. Not exactly my favorite. In fact, seafood of any variety doesn't sit well in my stomach. I decide to pass on the specials and order something I know I can digest. Omelette sounds good. I used to eat it a lot as a kid. Omelette, rice, and ketchup. What's not to like? The egg. Plus, it's only 700 yens before tax. The waitress returns to take my order, and I confidently point out what I'd like. She offers me a smile and hurries off to the next table. Perhaps my recent victory streak has given my courage a boost, because I hardly feel awkward or anxious sitting here, surrounded by people eating and drinking on all sides. I'm somewhat calm and at ease amidst the hustle and bustle of the restaurant. I almost feel like it might be nice to have company. A friend, perhaps Aoi, or even Shinya, might be nice to talk to and pass the time with. Oh well, in a way I do have some company. I retrieve a book from my handbag, the very same book Kojiro lent to me, and I open it up to the first chapter. Strange Flower, an odd, apparently meaningless title. Still, it comes highly recommended by an eccentric stranger, so it must be good. My meal arrives when I'm a few pages into the book. I thank the waitress and look at the omu rice before me. It smells good. It's presented beautifully. I can probably eat at least a quarter of this portion without feeling ill. I pick up a spoon and slice through the middle of the omu rice, causing a puff of steam to billow up. Throwing caution to the wind, I scoop up a good amount and bring it to my mouth. It's delicious. There's no other way to describe it. Convenience store meals I normally eat can't even compare to something like this. The egg is soft, the rice is fluffy, and there's just enough ketchup along the top. I take a second mouthful, then a third. I can't help but giggle a little at the thought of myself sitting here eating like a normal person. All the people around me probably think I'm a normal person too. Just a girl sitting at a restaurant eating her dinner. Another quiet giggle escapes my lips and I gently dab my mouth with a napkin. I set my spoon to the side and return to the book in front of me. The author of this work certainly is interesting. Nobel Sinclair. According to the bio inside the front cover, he moved to Japan from overseas at a young age. The book was written originally in Japanese. It's not a translation, but even so, the writing style is quite unusual. Okay, so whoever the artist is I found earlier is definitely not the one they're referencing here. Writer, I mean. I can't quite put my finger on what is strange about it. Maybe it's the lack of complex kanji used throughout. Everything is written rather simply, in hiragana, almost like the intended audience is elementary school kids. But I can't be right. The themes contained within are truly disturbing. Maybe the author just doesn't have the greatest comprehension of writing in Japanese. It's true that a lot of adults have trouble with complex kanji. Professional authors, though, not so much. Anyway, it's not like it matters too much. The book is interesting enough to keep me turning pages. I must be completely absorbed in reading because before I know it, a waitress is politely letting me know that the restaurant is closing soon. I nod and look at the plate of omurice in front of me. The meal has gone cold and I only ate 3 bites. Still, I'm feeling full now and I've really enjoyed what I did eat. I don't feel any added weight on my hips as I get to my feet. That's definitely a positive thing. Take the rest home with you? That would be a waste of both money and good food. I stretch my arms and legs and put my book on my back and offer the waitress some money along with the bill. Take the food with it. Oh. That's a long loading screen. Hello? What are we loading? Jesus Christ. Well, whatever it is we're loading, it's a good place to stop, actually. I'm gonna take that as a chance. I'm gonna take that as a chance to save and stop here for tonight because it's already been 3 hours. Yes. Oh! Ooh! I see. Okay. That's different. Oh. The difference in the shading of the floor and the thingy standing on the floor makes it look like the like it's flying in the air though. Thank you for a stream. No, thank you for coming. I have no idea what this game is gonna go. Like, for now we're following her and she's having a lot of fun with apparently killing people, but not outright killing them herself. But I have a feeling maybe someone is actually monitoring her stuff to fulfill those deaths. Like, at least for the one in the prologue. At least for the one in the prologue that has to be the case, because there was an entire body prepared to look like her. And then she did what was in the photo, sure, but you know, yeah, I cannot tell where they're gonna go with this. It definitely looks interesting so far, though. I like it. I like it. Can't wait to see what's next. Normally I would say, obviously, we will see what's next on Sunday, but like I said, there won't be a stream on Sunday because I'm going to a convention and I do not know when I will be coming home. And frankly, I think after convention I will be too fucking dead to also stream. But we're gonna continue the game. Thank you for the chat. We're gonna continue the game next week. I'll try to fit in like a stream maybe Monday, just so we don't completely miss out on it. The game is around 12 hours or something. So I'd say it's gonna take us 15 maybe? 15 hours, something along those lines, because I'm reading everything that is not voiced. It's gonna take us a little bit, but yeah. It looks interesting so far. I'm glad I started it. But yeah, that is going to be it for tonight. I'm going to send you guys over to Artie, who's playing Battlefield. I do not know what that is. It's a Battlefield game. I do not know what that is, but Artie is always fun to be around. So I'm gonna send you over. Here is the raid message. Thank you so much for coming tonight. I'll see you guys on Friday for Atelier, where I still have to somehow make the funny equipment so we can get through that stupid boss fight, because I still haven't done that. Because I've never had free time. I've just been playing Pokemon like a dumb. But yeah, I see you all soon. Have a very, very good night. Thank you so much for coming. Good night. And bye-bye. That is the wrong fucking screen.